What's up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introductions. You already know what you're getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruptions. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing, and you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters need to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their bag like, what's up?
What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gaming credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation? Got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation podcast. A podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introductions. You already know what you're getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruptions. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing, and you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters need to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their bag like, what's up?
What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is? What it do? What's up? What it is? PlayStation, what's up? Bari and Persona got it locked in the tub. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gaming credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. You already know what you're getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing. And you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their back. Like, what's up?
What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gaming credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man. For me, man, I'm gaming with Persona. If you enjoyed listening, definitely subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
Yo, what's up, everyone? What's up, PlayStation Nation? You are now tuned in to the What's Up PlayStation podcast.
What's up? What it is, what it do? What's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do? What's up? what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's
They don't
up.
need no introduction. You already know what you're getting, and that is facts with a discussion. The greatest to bless the mic without the needless interruption. Face it, we got an anatomy like a little bite of me for a concussion. You know what's up, man. I mean it when I seen it. I was proud of these brothers. They entertain the people every week without cussing, and you don't ever hear the drama. They keep it clean on the podcast. Independent duo doing it big when they broadcast. Haters hate to see them doing positive things. PlayStation Nation got you, ain't it obvious, man? We pulling up every week and showing love in the chat. Unlike these other channels, these guys are showing their bag like, what's up?
What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
They don't need no introduction. Persona, the gaming politician, politicking for the come up. Division and vision require precision, decision that gotta be thought of. The potential is exponential. Gaming credentials is what they brought us. Get caught up. You know, Bari bring the passion when he's speaking from the heart. He the best lisp on YouTube, climbing up the charts. And when Persona speaks, he gon' tear the mic apart. Intellectually, of course, cause you know the boy's smart. They cover the news with integrity, so you know it's a must watch. Ain't no console war, just two brothers being a font. What's up, PlayStation? Got the Saturdays locked. And if you ain't tuning in, you missing out. Get blocked.
What's up? What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up.
Yo, listen, man. I really do appreciate everyone that always comes through to rock out with me and Bari, man, on What's Up PlayStation podcast, a podcast by fans for the fans, or by the community for the community, I should say. Listen, man.
I'm a PlayStation fan too. I'm a PlayStation fan too.
What is good, YouTube? What's good, PlayStation Nation? It's your boy Persona of Gaming with Persona and one half of the What's Up PlayStation podcast crew. What's up? What it is, what it do, what's up? What it is, PlayStation, what's up? J Bari and Persona got it locked in the tug. Saturday mornings, y'all know what's up. Hey, yo, listen, man. It's another Saturday morning, episode 103 of What's Up PlayStation podcast. I'm your host for this week, Gaming with Persona, and we got a great, awesome, amazing, super fantastic show for you today with a lot of great news, a lot of great topics, and you already know it's always going to be entertaining with the laughs, the jokes, and the passion from two New York brothers that love PlayStation. But listen, What's Up PlayStation podcast is not a one-man show. This is a two-man show. You understand? I said two New York brothers that love PlayStation, not one. Not uno, dos. And I gotta announce, I gotta introduce the best lisp on YouTube, the king of the Bronx, Mr. Jerk Chicken himself, Mr. Let Me Speak, Mr. hosting a space for 4, saying he gonna host a space for 2 hours, but it end up being 6. Mr. I gotta go order some Chinese food. Mr. Robin, Mr. Tim Drake himself. Jay Bari in the building. Bari, what's good, bro?
We're from New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made of.
You held the note too long. What up, brother?
Yo, what is good, guys? What is good, YouTube? What's up, PlayStation Nation, man? Welcome to another episode of the What's Up PlayStation podcast. Oh, this one's going to be a goodie, Persona. This one is going to be a goodie, Persona. You know what I mean? I see the gameplay in the background. You know what I mean? Representing. I see you out here. I see you out here.
Hey, I mean, it's a celebration, Bari. You feel me? Listen, one of the greatest games of next year released this new trailer this year, which is an amazing trailer, which is what we're gonna be going through today and talking about it. So it's only right that we had a gameplay showing in the background for this episode. You feel me? We got change the gameplay up a little bit. This is one of the only few games, Bari, because Ragnarok is one of my most anticipated for this year. Final Fantasy XVI is one of the only games that can make me change that gameplay that was playing in the background with that new Ragnarok trailer. You feel me?
Absolutely. I mean, the trailer was amazing. I'm loving every single bit of the game so far as the main 3 trailers that they've shown. The characters look like they're going to be very engaging. The story look like it's going to be complex and deep, and the gameplay looks very, very fun, man. So I can't wait to play some Final Fantasy 16. I just hope the story is hitting on all aspects, and the gameplay is it's new.
Save it for the news. Save it for the news, Bari. Save it for the news.
Oh yeah, bro. I was about to go into if you ain't stop me. I was about to keep going.
So I was gonna say, save it for the news, brother. Save it for the news.
Yes, sir.
But man, listen.
What's good though, man? Everybody, what's good? I see the beautiful people in the chat.
Yes, sir.
What is up, guys?
Yes, sir. How you feeling this week, Bari? How's your week?
My week was pretty good, man. It felt pretty fast. It was a lot of great gaming news.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a busy work week for me, which I know that's going to probably change this week coming up. But nah, man, it was a very good gaming week, man, or great gaming week. A lot of games being played. Mm-hmm. Completed a few games this week as well. SD Gundam is platinumed.
Fire.
You know what I mean? And yeah, man, to me it was a great week, man. And you guys are gonna see as well when it comes with this show. You know what I mean? The gaming news was on point, especially from PlayStation this week. So
yeah, I agree.
Or for PlayStation this week.
Yep.
How about you, man? How was your week going, man?
It was it's funny you say this week went by fast for you. I feel like this week definitely went by really, really slow for me this week. I think one of the biggest reasons, because I was calling all week because I was on a jury standby calling. So all week they was like, oh, you don't gotta come in, you don't gotta come in, you don't gotta come in. I'm like, all right, cool. And then I'm like, yo, I know these motherfuckers are gonna say, yo, you gotta come in on a Friday. And lo and behold, when I called Thursday, it's like, yo, you gotta come in on a Friday. But see, Bari, the Lord was on my side Friday because your boy, I got there at like 8:30 in the morning, and I checked in, filled out all the paperwork and everything. And I was sitting there waiting. I was listening to your space or whatever. Then they called. They like, yo, if we call your name, go online, stand to the side and stand online. I'm like, all right. So they called my name, and I go up and waiting. So then they walked us outside into a court, walked us out and put us into another courtroom. And they was like, so the court that you were going to sit for got canceled. So y'all are free to go. And so they gave us the paper, confirming that we was here and we don't got to do jury duty for another 6 years. I was like, word? Yo, when she said that, I was like, word? And everybody was like, yo, everybody was happy as hell. So, by the time I got out of there, it was like 10:45. I was like, yo, I was hype as hell. So, plus I'm happy about that too. Cause like, and you notice like at work, you ever notice at work when you got like certain projects and things that you want to complete, but you can't because other people are coming at you with their problems and stuff like that. That's been happening to me a lot this week as well. And I got like some really, really big projects and things that need to be completed. And so I was just like, damn, man, I got a lot of things I got to do or whatever. So yeah, but it was a cool week though. It was a cool week nonetheless.
They don't care too. You would tell them like, yo, got something coming up that I'm doing.
They don't care.
I'm like, oh, so you can help me?
Yo, well, you know what it is, because we use like I have like a project board where like, and I tell people, yo, if there's certain projects that you want to submit for me specifically, use my project board. So what a lot of people have been doing lately is they've been putting a lot of projects on my board, but then it's just like, yo, they set like these unrealistic deadlines of like, oh yeah, I need this by the 28th or I need this by the 21st, and I'm like, no, that's not how this works. I'll look at the project and I'll determine we'll negotiate on that time frame that may be needed. And so like, it's been a lot of that happening. So craziness. But the gaming has been great too, man. I'm close to the story goes platinum. Gotham Knights came out. We had our first WUPS game night, Bari. Or not first. Look, I keep saying first because I forgot about It Takes Two, but we started back up WUPS game night after not doing it for quite a while. And, we did Gotham Knights game night yesterday. It was a good turnout. It was pretty cool playing Gotham Knights, co-op. It was a pretty cool experience outside of the performance, of course. But we'll talk about it.
Talk about it.
Yeah, we'll definitely talk about it. But yo, man, y'all know how we do things here, man. We got to shout out the WUPS Nation, right? Big shout out to.
We got a poll going on in the chat too, man. So you know what I mean. Hey, let us know your thoughts on that poll.
Yes, sir. You're all good. Yeah, definitely check out the poll. Do you think PlayStation needs a showcase? That's going to be leading into our topic, our discussion at the end of the show for our topic. So you definitely going to want to stick around for that, ladies and gentlemen. But listen, man, we can't start a show without shouting out the WUPS Nation. If you are part of the WUPS Nation, we definitely appreciate you. And listen, the WUPS Nation is our membership here on the channel, where we do, giveaways, t-shirt giveaways. You get to choose a topic the first of every month. It's a lot of cool little perks with being a part of the WUPS Nation. It's not mandatory, but it's always appreciated. And the links to our membership is in the description. And shout out to our WUPS Nation members, man. So starting with Sonyverse 2.1, Philip Sin 22, Alfonso Carter, How Weird Gaming, Henry Heck, J942, Arc War Angel, Ghost in the Garage Gaming, Vedger, Kyle Ward 789, Shattered Youth, Star Guardian 88, Oolong T Gaming, Stranded Ninja Gaming, A. Stone, Juan Sosa Gaming, Rabbit Got the Gun, Jay Bari, the best listener on YouTube.
Oh, what's up?
Games for Eternity, TTFP Rules, King Thrash Gaming, Brat Basement Radio Arcade, Andy, Julian Johnson, Brian King, Stealth Guy Gaming, DeJuan Thompson, Rob Gaming TV, Requiem of Demons, Magnificent Black, It's Me Baby 80, D2 Des, Light Gamer, DC Gaming, Ice Queen Gaming, John Donuts, Tarana Duffy, Tactical Gamer, Alfonso Carter, AC, Steady Flow, Stir Crazy, Stardust Acero, Gian the Don, J Gamer UK, Cyber Dragon, Unicron, Fresh 2180, Strictly Gaming, Viper Reaps Corner, the unofficial official WUPS employee. Appreciate you always, Viper. Jay yes, Wright, Blue Mustang 357, Damien, Shy City Gamer, King Kiso, Bird,
go.
Upchuck Gaming, man. Shout out to Upchuck Gaming, man.
Yes,
Plus on Block Podcast, man. Every Friday, 8:30 Eastern. Make sure you guys check them out. The link to that is in the description. Shout out to Chuck. The Wreck, Navigator 3221, Nariko! Yes, sir. Gaming with Persona. You feel me? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Dre 619, and last but not least, Mystical. Try our guy Uchiha.
Platinum in that Valkyrie Elysium. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, congrats, man. That's a feat. Trust me. Getting all that weapon proficiency.
Before we start though, man, shout out to Chris Righteous, man, the second best list for YouTube.
Yes, sir.
He pointed out a fact here, man.
What?
He pointed out a fact that slipped me. It slipped me. So I apologize myself. But how dare you, Persona?
What?
How dare you? Being the host of What's Up PlayStation podcast this week, and you had the audacity not to put Final Fantasy 16 in the title of the podcast.
You're right. I forgot.
You want Silent Hill over Final Fantasy 16?
I know, man. I messed up. I know.
You know what it is? He had the title of the podcast already queued up. That's what it is.
Yeah.
From when Silent Hill was shown.
Yeah. That's what it is. I got Final Fantasy 16 in the hashtag though.
Okay. Okay, we forgive you.
But yeah, after the podcast is over, I'll definitely update it and make it a Final Fantasy 16 new trailer for sure. But yeah, man, so shout out to our WUPS Nation, WUPS members, man. We appreciate y'all so much. And we appreciate everybody else as well, man. Our subscribers, lurkers, everybody that comes through every week and listen to us, even either live or listen to us on the upload as well. We appreciate all y'all, man. But y'all know how we do things here, man. We got to start off with the games released for the week, and it's been a pretty good week for game releases, man.
What we stroking this week?
Oh man. So we got A Plague's Tale Requiem for the PS5. Ghostbusters Spirits Unleashed for the PS5, PS4.
Are you interested?
Nah, it's like I mean, it looks like Dead by Daylight from what I'm hearing.
Oh, is it?
It's like some Dead by Daylight type shit.
It was co-op
or like a co-op something. I'm good. I don't want that. No. Kovacs Pitch for the PS4. Life and Willowdale Farm Adventures for the PS5, PS4. Them's Fighting Herds for the PS5, PS4. Bari, I am going to need you to put out a review for this game because I saw you putting up some gameplay for this game this week. I didn't even know that it released, so I might pick that up as well.
No, it's funny. I didn't even play online yet in the game. I just been doing I'm going through like every character because not that much characters yet in the game, and I'm just like, all right, let me see what character that I want to play. I found my main though, but it's actually a very good fighting game.
Yeah. I've seen some pretty interesting combos that you and Chuck were putting up. So
yeah, I ain't even post like the crazy stuff yet because like I finished the trials, with Velvet. Oh no, I didn't do the last one yet because the last one I can't get that third loop. But yo, it's crazy. Like the stuff, I'm like, damn, I didn't even know this game was gonna be that crazy combo wise.
Yeah, it looked really fun when you was posting up some gameplay. So it's just, with Gotham Knights and then Bayonetta, Ragnarok, everything.
And it's cheap. Well, I'm gonna talk about it.
It's gonna fall. Yeah, it's gonna fall to the wayside for right now.
In the spotlight.
Batara Lost Haven for the PS5, PS4. Gas Station Simulator for the PS4. Bari, I need your review.
Gas Station Simulator?
Yup, that's what they got. Yup.
Wait. There's a lot of these simulation games coming out, man. Like Gas Station. Wait, what are you doing?
Bari, you never wondered what it was like to work in a gas station, Bari? Huh? You never wondered?
I never wondered that. But I'm just saying, like, yo, are you just filling up people's gas? Are you,
it's whatever you do at a gas station. Yo, like
you have a Dunkin' Donuts in there. What is going on?
Yo, it's clear. Crazy. It's clear that like these simulator games, it's very clear that they're selling because there is a lot of simulator games out. Power Wash and all this other stuff. Train Simulator, Farm Sim and all that. You bought it?
No, I didn't buy it yet. But
you know what's crazy? I feel like Power Wash Simulator would probably be a game that I would love as well because I love to watch like lawn care and power wash videos on YouTube already. So I think playing something like that would definitely, I would find a lot of enjoyment in that. And that's what I'm saying though, because it's like, yo, with those simulator games, if you look on YouTube at like a lot of those, like, like people that's like cutting lawns and cleaning roofs and all that crazy stuff, those videos have a lot of views, man. Like people love watching that type of stuff. So it's no surprise that simulator games like this do sell.
There's a lot of them too, man.
Yeah, it is. Norco for the PS5, PS4. Tempest for the PS5, PS4.
Another one.
FPV Simulator. What's that? You know what that is, Bari? FPV Simulator for the PS4?
I have no idea. Somebody in the chat can let us know.
Yeah, somebody in the chat let us know what FPV Simulator is. I don't know what that is.
Wait, that came out this week? Oh, my bad.
Gotham Knights for the PlayStation 5. This might be a typo. I was just about to say this might be a typo. They might need to put PS4 Pro on here or something. Then we got JoJo Siwa Worldwide Party for the PlayStation 4. We got the new Tales from the Borderlands for the PS5, PS4.
People's actually excited for the JoJo Siwa game.
Yes, sir. You know what, Siwa? I was thinking of I don't know if you ever seen this show on on PBS way back in the day. Remember Sagwa? I'll sing the theme song. You might remember Sagwa, the Chinese cat. Sagwa.
I don't remember that.
Yo, look it up.
Somebody said that FPV J Gamer. Shout out to J Gamer. FPV simulator is a drone simulation.
Really? They got drone simulator games now?
Yo, so what? Are you building a drone and then flying
Yo, I would imagine that's what it is. Yo, it's crazy too because those drone simulator, the drone community is huge, bro. Like it's huge.
My oldest brother is a part of that. He got a whole bunch of drones and all that. He do his bird watching. Yo, it's crazy.
Yeah, them drones are amazing.
Cameras in there and all that, bro.
Yep. Yo, I'm telling you, Sagwa. Yo, look it up after this podcast. Look up Sagwa, the Chinese cat. Watch. Yeah, I'm almost sure you'll remember it if you watched PBS back in the day.
I probably gotta see it. Yeah.
Sagwa, Yo, I really want
to. Some shows I definitely skipped when I saw the intro.
Yeah, but I'm sure you, at least the intro, I know you'll remember. At least if you never watched the show, probably not. But I know you'll at least know the intro. But all right, we got Persona 5 Royale for the PS5. Bart, did you pick this up?
No. But yo, the new Tales of Borderlands, I didn't know that came out this week, bro.
Yeah, that was a stealth drop. I wasn't expecting that either.
Yeah, like I'm actually was excited for this game, but I didn't know it was because I like the original one. Damn, that's crazy.
Yo, Klaus Strife know what show I'm talking about in the chat. Hated that show. Yup. Yo, I'm telling you, bro. Go. Yo, all right. Shapeshooter for the PS5.
Did you get P5 Royal?
Nah, hell nah.
Was it your first time playing it?
Nah, bro, I had the original. And I got the Royale. And I got what's that? The beat 'em up one. I forgot the name. Striker. I got all that.
Are you enjoying it now?
Nah, bro. What you mean? You know what's crazy about Persona 5? And this has happened to me twice now. When I was originally playing Persona 5, I got deep into it. Pause. And then I just dropped it because like it's such a long, dedicating game, and like other things just came up and it kind of pulled my attention away. And then when Royale came out, I was playing it. I tried to put time into it, and then I just dropped it again, and I never finished it because other games just pulled me away. So but I'll finish it eventually. But I own these games. I ain't playing these through no service. I own these games.
Absolutely. I got both collectors, and I haven't even finished the game yet. Yep. I like the end.
Yep. And then last but not least, we got the Jackbox Party Pack 9 for the PS5, PS4.
I was waiting for this, bruh.
Word? We need that review. What's that review?
Jackbox? Yeah, it's a party game, bro. I got. Well, no, I don't think I got the Jackbox 8. I got one of the Jackboxes.
I've seen gameplay of the Jackbox games, but I've never actually like participated in any of them. Because can't you like play through your phone and all this other stuff?
Yeah, you can play through your phone. You can play through the browser, and it just connects everything up.
That seems like a pretty fun like party night game. Like if you got friends over or something like that, or trying to do like a game night with a bunch of friends, that seems really fun. But yo, all right. So listen, man, we are in the spotlight portion of the show, and for those who don't know, the spotlight is where me and Bari give you a game or games if we decide to break the rules that we think y'all should check out, right? It could be brand new games, it can be old games, it can be games from your childhood, it can be games that haven't released yet. The purpose of the spotlight is just to spotlight games that we think you, the community, should check out. So Bari, starting with you, what is your spotlight game of the week, and are you going to break the rules?
I'm a semi break the rules here when it comes to the games for the week. And the first game I'm going to highlight is the one that you just pretty much just read through the games for the week is them fighting herds, man. So Main 6, they created this, I guess, pony / cow / whatever mammal fighting game. And yo, the game is pretty cool, man. It's a pretty cool game. It's pretty deep as well. You would look at this game and you think it's like, oh, it's a kiddie type fighting game, but it is pretty deep mechanic wise. Like when you just look at the game, it just has a A, B, C and a special button with X type game. But then when you go through the trials and the tutorials, you're like, yo, this game got layers, bro. It got layers. Like, think of this game as like a 1v1 Marvel versus Capcom game as far as how the combos and how everything is structured. You know what I mean? Each character play really, really different too. So you have like a grappler, type cow character. Her name is Arizona. The main character that I'm playing is Velvet. She's like this reindeer type, ice type character. And she's like a set play monster. She got some combos too where you can loop people like mid screen or in the corner. But this character is dope. Then you have this Olander character. She's pretty OP. I think that she's like the main character of the game too. She's like a magical spell type, like pony or unicorn or something like that. But each character is really, really different, yo. And I like that, man. And this game, Persona, this game only costs $20, bruh. It's a $20 fighting game. It has about 7 or 8 characters in it. And yeah, each character played differently, man. It's cool. It's very basic as far as like what the game offers, single player, online, other little single player stuff. But the tutorial, really and truly, is one of the best. It's not like a flashy tutorial, but if you want to play the game, you will learn to play this game by just doing the tutorial. And that's a great tutorial in a fighting game. Some fighting games, you play a game and they will leave out certain things, how to do certain things. But this game, it teaches you everything, like every little basic. But I think they did a great job. $20 fighting game, rollback netcode, cross-play. You're pretty much asking for everything here in a fighting game this game offers. So yeah, I think it's pretty good. I think a lot of people that will play it. Mm-hmm. I think you have a pretty good time with it. But there's just a lot of games out right now. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So that's why I feel like a lot of people would avoid it. But really and truly, it's a great game. Mm-hmm. The next game this is the last one I'm gonna spotlight, and that is Star Ocean 6, man. Star Ocean 6, but Divine Force that's coming out next week, and the onslaught of games is coming out. But I don't want this game to be swept under the rug. I think it's gonna be a very great. Star Ocean's always been very hit and miss for me, but I think this one, as far as like the mechanics, what they're setting up, I think it's going to have that old school till the end of time type feel when you get to like the mid or the end of the game. And yeah, I'm super, super excited. So far, I like the character Raymond. I think he's pretty cool. The other characters seem pretty cool. And yeah, I can't wait to dive into more with this game. So that's like going to be the main game that I'm going to be playing before, Ragnarok hit with Star Ocean's Divine Force. So yeah, I can't wait to play it. Hopefully you guys can look into it. I know it's a slow burn. When you play the demo, because I see a lot of people complain about use AP for everything, but you will get a lot of AP. You will get a lot of attacks and all that stuff as you level up throughout the game. That's how Star Ocean is pretty much how it's built. So
yep.
Yeah, I can't wait for that, man. So yeah, those are the 2 games I'm spotlighting, and then hopefully people look into them, man. Look them up if you're interested. Cop them, buy them, and have fun with them.
Those are good spotlights, man.
What games in that spotlight, Persona?
You spotlight them fighting hers and Gotham. Hey, yo, brother, hey, I'm a New Yorker, brother. I'm able to listen and multitask, and you know this.
But you're in New York, but you're from Queens. You know what I mean? Queens, they like to dismiss a lot of things.
Boy, you from the Bronx. There's nothing to dismiss because it was never offered to begin with. No, it is about you. It is about you. It's always about you. So my spotlight's it's gonna be to this point too. Listen, if you know me, guys, if you follow me on either YouTube, if you follow me on Twitter, right? If you've been listening to this What's Up PlayStation podcast, you know what my 2 spotlight games for. I'm only spotlighting 2 games this week. The first game, of course, Bari is doing a song. He's doing the music. You already know what the first spotlight is going to be.
Sequel.
I mean, it's more of the same.
There you go, man. The new soundboard. It's a sequel. Y'all better apologize to David Jaffe.
Oh no. It looks like DLC.
I still got that sound. We're going to keep that one.
It looks like DLC.
Yes, I'm talking about that God of War Ragnarok. The previews came out this week, which we will be talking about later in the show for the news portion. But yeah, Ragnarok comes out November 9th, 2022. This is my most anticipated game of this year.
What?
Hands down. The top of, like, if I had, like, when we do our end of year review of this year for gaming, God of War Ragnarok will be at the top of that list as number one. 100%.
And you ain't even play it yet.
That's right. Listen,
So
and,
are you going to
listen, in the
buy
gaming community, you can watch videos on YouTube and be able to judge a game. So you telling me I can't be excited to play a game that I'm looking at gameplay of? You see what I mean?
It's a PS4 game though.
I mean PS4 Pro.
Okay,
It
gotcha.
looks like DLC.
So Ragnarok, man, I can't wait. I cannot. 2.5 guys. We are literally 2.5 weeks away. 2.5 weeks.
2.5
Listen,
weeks,
guys,
bruh.
this is going to be the slowest 2.5 weeks. That's why, like, it's going to be the slowest 2.5 weeks of our lives, bro. I just know it. But I got 3 days off from Wednesday to Friday. Your boy is no lifing this God of War, and there's no podcast that Saturday. So get ready. get ready. Right? There is no podcast that Saturday, but we will be. Yeah, but my second spotlight game of this week is a game that I think a lot of people are going to dismiss because of how it looks, but because it doesn't look next gen per se. But
shit.
this really is a game that's like a diamond in a rough. And I'm talking about Asterigos Curse of the Stars. Listen, guys, Asterigos Curse of the Stars, it's its own game, right? It really is its own game.
Is it a PS4 game?
No, it's a PS4 and PS5 game.
Oh,
Yes, PS4, PS5, yeah, cross-gen. Asterigos Curse of the Stars is like a Souls-like style game, right? Where there's a lot of exploration, a lot of secrets to find, really fun combat, right? Because you got 6 weapons to choose from that have alt attacks that you can mix and match the different weapons and do cool combos. So you can start with like a sword and shield and then end off with, because the sword and shield or your first weapon is binded to a square and your second weapon is binded to triangle. So you can do like a square triangle and end off with a heavy finisher of your secondary weapon, or start with your secondary weapon and end off with the square. It's just so much fun playing this game and leveling up Hilda. It is based off Roman and Greek mythology. And the enemy types in this world is so varied. Like, there's just so much in this game that's like really, really dope. The way you level up, I think, is really cool. Now, one of the things I think you guys might not like is, like, especially in today's time where we've got fast travel and mounts and all these other things in games that get you around very quickly. This game takes a very old school approach, and it means that, like, even the fast travel in this game is tied to story progression. So when you're first starting out in the game, I'm gonna say like the first 5 hours, between 3 and 5 hours of the game, depending on how quickly you run through things, there is no fast travel. Now, you want to make sure that you're activating all the conduits, because you'll thank yourself later, trust me. But the way you kind of get back and forth through the world is you can use like certain items that'll warp you back to the shelter, which is like your main base of operations. And then there's this other item, I forget the name of it, that warps you back to the last conduit that you were at. But the fast travel is tied to story progression. So once you get the fast travel, because the world is so big, it may feel a bit daunting at first, like having to go everywhere on foot, especially with, run your sprint being tied to your stamina bar, right? But with all the secrets and everything that's in this game, as well as you getting the fast travel a little bit later in the game, it really opens up and just becomes this really solid experience where it's really fun, really enjoyable. I really enjoyed the story with Hilda and, trying to save the city of Aphis, which is where the majority of the entire game takes place in. Trying to understand what is Asterigos, because Asterigos is a curse that is placed on Aphis. You have to figure out why it's there, how you get rid of it, all this other stuff. And even the cast of characters that you come across as well. Like, one of my favorite characters for Asterigos, I would have to say, outside of Minerva, I did like Vulcane, which is the blacksmith of the world. But I also like Slightly, or Shay, who is one of the thieves from Hilda's original village, the Northwind Legion. And you come across him in Aphis as well, which I really enjoyed him as a character as well. There's other characters I really liked as well, but I don't want to say too much because I don't want to spoil it. But Asterigos Curse of the Scars, it's not like a $70 game. It's only $35 if you do decide to pick it up, because it is made by an indie team, Acne Game Studios. So I really, I feel like they really did a solid job of creating a really great, fun experience. So Asterigos Curse of the Stars is definitely a game that I really highly recommend. I did put a review out for this game on my own personal channel that you guys could check out as well. I give it an 8.5 out of 10. I think it's a really great game. So, Bari. So yeah, Asterigos Curse of the Stars. Definitely pick that up. Definitely check it out. And let me know if you guys pick it up or if you do like it. But okay, so if you made it this far, we get into the news, man. We finally at the news, guys. We're gonna give you a couple more trophies. We're gonna give you a couple more trophies. Just a couple more. Just a couple more trophies. All right. So first bit of news, Bari, that we got to talk about this week. I think Bari. I think you know what the first bit of news we're gonna talk about this week, because Bari,
I'm a bit off edge.
Yeah, I'm a little on edge as well, Bari, and I think we all are a bit on edge, with the showcase and the gaming and all that. Everybody's on edge, but that's not the edge that I'm talking about, Bari. I'm talking about that DualSense Edge controller. Beautiful, 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 beautiful. All right, so the DualSense Edge controller did get this got announced back at Summer Game Fest, actually. Right? They confirmed that PlayStation was coming out with their own official pro controller called the DualSense Edge, but we didn't know no release date. We didn't really know what it came with or anything like that. So PlayStation put out some news this week talking about the DualSense Edge, and they confirmed that pre-orders for this DualSense Edge controller will go up on Tuesday, October 25th, exclusively at the PlayStation Direct store. The price for the DualSense...
October 29th.
Yeah, 29th, my fault. No, it's the 25th, though. And the price of the controller is going to be $200. No surprise there.
$200.
$200. And then you'll also be able to buy additional replacement stick modules that will also be available globally as well. So pre-orders for this goes up October 25th. The actual official release date is January 26, 2023, but that's only if you buy through PlayStation Direct. So when the pre-orders go up on Tuesday, it's only exclusively going to be for PlayStation Direct. The global release of the DualSense Edge controller will be February 23rd, 2023 for other retailers. So if you want to get this controller on the 26th of January, you have to buy it from PlayStation Direct. And what comes with the controller is the DualSense Wireless Edge controller, the US braided cable, 2 standard caps, 2 high dome caps, 2 low dome caps, 2 half dome back buttons, 2 lever back buttons, and a connector housing and the carrying case. And this is kind of showing everything that comes with it. We've got the charging cable, the 2. So how most pro controllers have just the paddles. This one actually has buttons that you can also connect to the back, which I think is pretty cool. And then
I'm gonna test it out. I never had one with like buttons per se.
Yeah, I've never had that either.
We have a lot of these pro controllers, so I'm gonna test it out.
And then obviously the dome caps and the different analog sticks and stuff like that. That's standard. We've seen that before. But Bart, talk to us, man. How you feeling about the price? How you feeling about what comes with this controller? Just all of it, man. How you feeling?
Yeah, when the DualSense Edge got announced, one of the biggest talking points was the price. And right here we said, this is going to be like $200. That's like the base price of like majority of like pro controllers, and I think it's very reasonable. I think it's really good pricing because the DualSense already has a lot of features, and the DualSense base controller costs more than all these other controllers that's out there in gaming. So it being at $200 is really like a fair pricing, in my opinion, on top of all the stuff that you do get. One of the things that a lot of people are not talking about here as well is the connector housing, which is I think is going to be dope because that is gonna better like it's gonna have less latency, and it's gonna clip in that USB cable much like more profound or whatnot. So I'm very interested in this, man. I'm happy that it came with like a case as well, and it has a lot of other things that it comes with, like the two other analog sticks, which is great. I like to switch up my Pro controllers where I have it like the low concave and then the high dome for the right stick. So yeah, I'm happy with it, man. I'm really happy with it. I'm going to be interested to try this out because you know how the DualSense have the tension on the triggers, but here you can adjust your trigger input with this controller. So will you still feel that tension even though you have the triggers adjusted as far as like light press? Definitely going to see. They're talking about the trigger dead zone stuff right here in the video. Definitely going to be interesting to try that stuff out with this controller. But yeah, 200 is fair in my opinion, and I can't wait for this controller. The only thing I have, like as far as criticism with this, is that I wish there was a little bit more customization when it comes to like picking your colors and swapping out the middle plate thing for the DualSense. I hope that they have more shells and more customization when it comes to that stuff. But yeah, I'm in there day one, October 25th, early. We pre-ordering this bad boy.
Sir. So one of the cool things as well about the controller too is that you can actually charge the controller while it's in the case. So you you can charge it while it's in the case, which I think is pretty cool. When I look at the DualSense Edge, and I think back, and Bari, you remember when we bought the C40s, the C40 Astro C40 controller, and I still have that controller. It's a very beefy, heavy. It's a very well-made, beefy controller. Which it's funny when I think of scuffs and all these other Pro controllers I've ever used. I actually love the C40 the most because of its customizations and the app that came with it on the computer where you can change the dead zones and all that stuff, right? And that was a PlayStation 4 and PC, Pro controller. And, that was $250 plus.
Base
price.
price
Was
like
$250. Yeah, it was like almost $300 for that. And to see the DualSense, which has more technology in it with the haptic feedback, adaptive triggers, and all that other stuff on top of those features that we saw from Astro C40 for $200, I personally think that's a steal, especially the fact that you can, adjust the dead zones, adjust the sensitivity of the analogs and all that stuff. I personally think that's a steal, and that's great. And this is something, even going back to last generation, Bari, remember how we always used to say, like, PlayStation needs to have their own Pro controller, right? Like their own that they actually made. Like me and Bari were talking about this for years. Yeah, like me and Bari have been talking about this for years. So I'm really, really happy to see PlayStation actually getting into the Pro controller market with their own officially licensed controller. And this is absolutely a day one for me. For a number of reasons, for a number of different games. And I'm excited to see, like, with this button, with the button back paddles, instead of it being paddles, it's back buttons. I'm excited to try that out as well. For me, I'm more of a concave on both ends, but on my shooter stick, I do long concave, and then on the move one, I do short concave. So I'm excited, man. This is gonna be fire. I'm very excited. So it's a day one for me as well. October 25th, we definitely pre-ordering that for sure. 100%. And
you can just customize it on the fly too, because you have those two extra lever buttons on the bottom of the
set profiles. Yep.
Yeah, like I like that too, man. You don't got to go into an app right away to switch everything up. You can just customize it right there on the fly.
Yep.
Very smart.
I like that. So let us know if y'all picking up that DualSense. Is it too what the price, Bari? Like, we've seen a lot of people saying this, $100, $150, and I'm just like, it's the Pro controller.
Like $120.
Yeah, I'm like, and I think this is what people have to understand. It's the Pro controller features on top of the DualSense features. You're getting double double the features all in one controller. That's a lot of technology being packed into one controller. And when I think back to the Scuff, how much we pay for the Scuffs, Bari? Like $225, $230?
Bro,
Scuff is expensive.
The Scuff came up to like 280 something if you wanted like the swappable sticks. If you wanted all the vibration and all that stuff, like if you could take out the vibration, that costs more.
Yeah.
But yeah, the Scuff was like 2 something. It was like 280 something when it came out after taxes and everything.
Yeah, it was very, very expensive. So for something like this being 200, I think this is a great price. So it's a day one. It's a day one for me, man. 100%.
Yeah, and like with the Scuff, if you want to like swap out your analog sticks, you will have to pay more because you're gonna have to pay more for the tool, or you will have to pay for that customization. So Scuff is definitely for me like overpriced. The controllers are good, but it's definitely overpriced, man. Because I've used like 4 Scuff controllers, and 2 of them like legit broke.
My Scuff, the PS5 Scuff my triangle button is messed up. So it's just like yeah, Scuffs are definitely. I love Scuff, but they are definitely the quality is not 100% all the time. It's a very hit or miss. But okay, let's move on, Bari. We got to get to the meat, the meat potatoes, the nitty gritty. You know what I'm talking about, right, Bari?
Sir.
You know,
you're talking about the steaks and the potatoes.
I mean, Bari, winter is coming, right? I mean, we are moving into November. And then December, the official start of winter is December. So winter is coming. And we know with the onslaught of Fimble winter in certain mythologies. Hey, I've done my research now, Bari. Fimble winter.
You a Norse mythology pro now.
I don't want to toot my own horn, but but listen, man, let's talk about these God of War Ragnarok previews. Right, so just to put it out there, I don't know which ones you watched, right? Because I watched a couple. So I
only watched one.
Okay, so I watched. I watched Kind of Funny. Shout out to Greg and Yannette, which I thought they did it. And Blessing also had like his thoughts on the combat that Greg read off. But
Greg read it off. Yeah.
But I really enjoyed Greg and Yannette's because I thought it was a really fair balance of a preview of not spoiling anything, but still giving us a lot to decipher.
That's one of the reasons why I like Kind of Funny, because like even with their reviews or just even previews, they don't go into like spoiler territory. They mad respectful with that stuff.
Yep.
And they can still go in depth with the combat and how they feel and stuff like that, but they're not telling you certain details and specifics. So yeah, that's why I knew right away when it came to the previews I was going to go to Kind of Funny and
I tend to always go to Kind of Funny. Like there's 3 places that I always go to for previews that I really enjoy. Kind of Funny. PlayStation Access is pretty good as well, and Game Informer.
Yeah. PlayStation Access is good too. Yeah.
Game Informer are the 3 Game Informer, Kind of Funny, and PlayStation Access are typically the main 3 places that I'll go to for like previews of games, because they do a good job of explaining things but not really spoiling anything. But for God of War Ragnarok, I really wanted to know what a lot of people were thinking, right? Like I wanted to see like, a lot of people have this game. I really want to see what even like people that don't really, that are kind of more critical of PlayStation, I want to see those sides as well, right? So, I watched quite a few. I watched IGN's. I watched. I read Jeff Keighley's. There was a couple of ones that I sifted through and stuff like that.
Tweets.
The tweet. I read the
PlayStation blog one, and I saw some people tweeting certain things.
Yeah.
Which is kind of crazy. But,
yeah, we're gonna talk about that. But so one of the
Easy Allies is good too. My bad.
Easy Allies. So one of the things I want to start us off with, we're going to talk about the previews, but I just want to talk about the performance really quickly, Bari, because this is one of the things that has been a really hot topic or a hot issue, especially in the past 2 weeks. When we talk about, when we look at Gotham Knights and its big performance issues, especially with it being a next gen only title, or we look at Plague Tales Requiem, where necessarily doesn't have really bad performance issues, but it's 30 frames per second, right, on a PlayStation 5, right?
Is that a PS4 game?
I think it's on PS4, yeah. But what got confirmed this week was the performance modes for God of War Ragnarok. So
Performance modes,
yes, sir.
Options on a PlayStation 4 game.
Options.
Stop playing with me, man.
Options on a cross-gen title, Bari.
If you can't prove it, then screw it.
I proved it. It's on the screen. Options for a options for a cross-gen title, Mr. J Bari. So the performance modes that we can expect to see on God of War Ragnarok is a favor resolution mode where it's 4K 30 frames per second locked. So they don't confirm if it's ray tracing as well in that favor resolution mode, or whatever. They probably won't be.
Probably like lighting and
I'm sure it's gonna have really good lighting, but we'll see. And then there's a favor performance mode where it's 60 frames per second locked.
Locked.
Which I'm pretty sure this will probably be a dynamic 4K resolution or dynamic 4040p or something like that. And then favor resolution high frame rate on, which Bart, we were talking about this yesterday. This might be the mode I land on for my first playthrough, where it's 4K 40 frames per second locked. Obviously, you need HDMI 2.1 to get that high refresh rate.
HDMI port, yes.
Yep, with that VRR and whatnot. And then obviously we have favor performance mode, favor performance high frame rate on, which is targeting 120 frames per second, which I'm pretty sure that's going to be dynamic. I'm pretty sure that's going to be like a dynamic, probably 1440p or something. And obviously, it requires HDMI 2.1. So before we get into the previews, let's just talk about
1080. That's going to be 1080p.
120, yeah, probably 1080 dynamic, whatever, right? But it's 120 FPS. So Bari, how you feeling, man? It's a cross-gen title. It's a cross-gen title, and we're getting this level of choice and options from a cross-gen title. Talk to me, Bari.
But this is one of the things that we asked for, especially when we saw that when it came to Horizon Zero Dawn, and then not Zero Dawn, Horizon Forbidden West, and then we saw Ratchet and Clank being updated, Spider-Man, all these games are being updated with these graphic mode options. And it was one of these episodes in What's Up PlayStation podcast where it was like, I hope when God of War launches, because now they went through all of this stuff, right? They have the experience, like, you know what? This game is coming out. We can have these options there day one. And they actually did it.
Bari, I think we need to be called like seers or something. Because a lot of things we foreshadowed. Hey, I'm not trying. We're not trying to toot our horns, man. But it's quite a few things that the What's Up PlayStation podcast crew, we foreshadowed. Right. This was definitely one of the things I remember us talking about, because we were seeing these things. It was when we were talking about Horizon, because Horizon was implementing this, and we were saying, we hope for God of War. We hope that these things are there day one. Yeah, day one, because obviously, Insomniac were the first ones to kind of usher this in, of actually, putting these types of features and things in with Spider-Man Miles Morales and Ratchet and Clank and things like that. And then obviously it cascaded down to, now we see Horizon doing it. So it's very clear that, and this is something that we've talked about a long time ago, but remember how Ilari was talking about how once he came into the fold with PlayStation, there's this whole network of just knowledge being shared across the board. So it's very clear with what we're seeing with, again, starting with Insomniac, then seeing it happen with Guerrilla, and now seeing it happen with Sony Santa Monica. The developmental knowledge is being shared across all teams to make sure that continuity with quality is consistent, which I think that just outlines how great PlayStation's teams are under that umbrella of just communicating and working together as one cohesive unit. I think stuff like this is very important because it makes sure that the expectations across the board is met. And now moving forward, Spider-Man 2. You think Spider-Man 2 not going to have a 120 FPS mode? Not going to have a 4K 40 FPS mode, 60? Like, that stuff is going to be there for PlayStation developed games moving forward. And this is why I was saying, and I'm not trying to shit on Gotham Knights, because I am having fun with it despite its very severe performance issues. This is why I say, like, when you're looking at third-party developers, it's hard to dismiss, it's hard to look past what is capable. You get what I'm saying? It's very, very hard to look past it, because PlayStation 4 is a severely weaker console than PlayStation 5, but PlayStation 5 is still able to get this level of options and choice when it comes to performance.
That's why it's very important, because having this here on launch, because really and truly, I feel like when you have this stuff on launch, it's like you're showing respect to people that actually went out and bought your PlayStation 5 console.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we understand that it's cross-generational, even though we don't want it to be personally, but these things separate the PlayStation 4 from the PlayStation 5 dramatically, and this is what we want.
Yeah.
You know, this is why we went out and we bought the console.
Yep.
So having it there day one is great. And especially with this game, I understand like Horizon and all that other stuff, because the VRR feature and all that stuff came a little bit after, you know, the game. But this game right here, you have all these features already in place on the console. It should be there day one, and they lived up to that. So kudos to Sony Santa Monica on that.
Yep. Big kudos to that. So those are the performance modes, ladies and gentlemen. You know, definitely, you know, let us know which mode are you going to be playing in. Bari, what mode you playing in first?
To be honest with you, I'm definitely going to start out with that 4K 40 frames per second.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like probably around the middle of the game when the intensity and the difficulty spikes up. You know, hopefully, 60 frames. Because I'm pretty sure everybody in here probably going to play on the second or the Give Me God of War difficulty, and you know, with 2018, that thing spiked up, boy. when you open up that world, when you brought that boar to Freya, and then everything opened up a little bit, and then you start going to these other realms and all that stuff. So I was like, yo, hold on.
It's kind of crazy. Yeah,
that just spiked up, boy. So yeah, you're gonna need them buttery smooth frame rates. But the reason why I say 4K 40 in the beginning, because you know what we doing in the beginning of the game, right?
Screenshot galore.
Screenshots.
recording certain moments for content on the channel. All of that, yeah.
Exactly.
I'm probably gonna land in the same boat as you. Because you know why too? Because like Spider-Man, that 4K 40 FPS was amazing. I'm like, yo, this is perfect. Like, all right. I'm also not gonna say I'm gonna play it 100% in that 4K 40, but I'm absolutely starting there. That's gonna be definitely the first mode I'm playing on.
We're not fronting when we say like 30 frames or whatever. I have no issue playing 30 frames as long as that joint is locked, like what he's saying, or this preview is saying here. If it's locked, absolutely. But obviously 60 frames is preferable to playing.
Yep.
It's gonna be the best mode of playing. So, you know, majority of people is going to probably be in the 60 frames. Some people probably going to go for that 120.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
So yeah, those are the preview modes, which I think is really, really dope. But you know, to get to the actual preview itself, Bari. So a lot of the stuff that I was reading and seeing from a couple of the videos that I saw and some of the tweets I saw on Twitter, one of the recurring themes that I've been seeing from certain people on Twitter is that it's more of the same, or that you know, it feels like a PlayStation 4 title because of the hidden loading techniques with the going through cracks and things like that. What are your thoughts here and stuff like that? Bari, are you there?
Oh, I had it on mute. My bad. I didn't watch the videos, but I definitely saw the tweets. You know, like the talks that's going around from what other people are saying. And yeah, I see the same typical thing when it comes to a PlayStation game, especially when it comes to a sequel, that everything has to reinvent the wheel. But with these previews, everybody is like the first 3 hours, I think, is the only thing they can talk about within the game. So I'm just like this. It's a sequel to a 2018 game. Obviously, there's going to be very familiar or similar things with the 2018 game.
Mm-hmm.
Also, there's no damage control in it. It's also a PlayStation 4 game, so the actual design and how the game is built is built around the PlayStation 4. Yes, it's going to take advantage of the PlayStation 5 as far as like, you know, certain things in the hardware and features, but the design concept is a PlayStation 4 game. So I see people, what you was talking about, people's complaining about, oh, you're shimmering through the wall, and that's like a hidden loading screen. Like, when have developer or reviewers ever brought up things like that with their review to point out like cons and stuff? You know what I mean? Like, when has a game being cross-gen became a con for the game? You know what I mean? Like, I never really heard anything like that from these reviewers or the gaming industry people or influencers until, from what I'm hearing people talk about with God of War. You know what I mean? So it's definitely a weird thing that I'm seeing or hearing people talk about. But at the end of the day, hopefully the game doesn't get, dinged because it's a PlayStation 4 game. If anything, the game should get dinged as far as like how the game is being played, the story, the concept as far as like, did this game push God of War forward? Yeah, we obviously want to look forward for things like that. We don't want the same game as 2018. We want an evolution, right? So that's what it should be being dinged for, not the fact that it's also on PlayStation 4. Yes, gamers, myself, would I prefer it just to be built around the PlayStation 5? Absolutely, because we want to see what Mark Cerny's talking about on a more consistent basis. We want to see the PlayStation 5 being taken advantage of on a more consistent basis. But PlayStation decided to put a game on PS4. That shouldn't be that shouldn't be a con for a reviewer, especially in the beginning of the generation where you're talking about anti-consumer. Being PlayStation 5 exclusive is anti-consumer because look, what about all the PS4 gamers? But then you're using that now as a con for your reviewing the game. It's kind of crazy, but we'll see. We'll see, man. We'll see. I'm excited for it. That's the only thing that matters. So can't wait.
So I'm really not surprised. I'm be honest with you, bro. I'm not surprised with seeing that stuff. And it's funny because this goes back to something we were talking about with or on my show early in the week, Bari, where we were talking about the actual design of the game, right? And how something being next gen only influences the actual design of a game exponentially because it's not being held back by anything, right? And I think that same thing applies here, where it's a PlayStation 4 game as well as a PlayStation 5 game, and so when you're building a game like this around those two concepts, you need to make sure that it's able to run effectively on both consoles. So squeezing through cracks and all that stuff, I honestly don't see that. For me personally, I don't view that as an issue. Especially if the actual combat in the game is fun. I don't see that as a problem because there's tons of other games that do that as well. What about games that have you going up elevators? Are we going to say that that's wrong too? Are we, what about games that have you going upstairs? Is that wrong? So like, I don't know. Like, I just feel like that's a weird thing to hyper focus on when it comes to speaking on the game. And that's just me, right? I don't know. Like, I if I was doing a preview, I wouldn't really focus on that, so to speak. But everybody's different. But one of the other recurring things that I was seeing was that it's a bit of a slow burn coming out the gate. It's a little slow, but the buildup is very. Like, there's very high points and then it kind of slows down a bit and then high points.
I like that slow build-up kind of stuff. Like, hopefully the slow build-up is not like a tutorial, but if there's like story factors and things like that, that's why I like PlayStation Game 4 is that build-up, that those walks that you having, and you having those dialogue and conversations, and then it just peaks, boom, now you're in combat, now you're constantly going, boom, 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 you know what I mean? So,
yep. And then the combat as well, people saying they love the combat. It builds upon itself. So, it's what you remember from 2018, but also in addition to, a lot of the changes within Ragnarok. So, like, one of the things that I know Greg was talking about was that you have the ability to actually infuse your weapon with the element that you have. So I think if you press triangle or something like that, you can actually set the Blades of Chaos on fire or add ice to the axe and
Yeah,
be
like
able
when
to
you hold it.
Yeah,
Or
when
like,
you hold it, yeah.
Keep repeating it. I
Yep.
think they mentioned that
in the
that little
preview.
combat little
Yep.
snippet video.
And then one of the other things that also jumped out at me with the previews, and again, I believe this was either Greg or this might have been something that I was reading, where you have or it might have been PlayStation Access now I'm thinking about it. You can actually, like, they actually fleshed out how you can actually build your Kratos. So for example, remember in the first game, they had like the Muspelheim armor or the Niflheim armor, where like it had like certain properties, like, you know, for instance, it had like, I think it was the Niflheim armor. It had the mist armor that allowed you to heal and things like that more effectively. So in Ragnarok, there's more emphasis on the type of builds that you can do for Kratos. So for example, there's one build where you can build a damage build, like a DPS build. You can do a ruin build. You can do a more tanky build. You can do a more a healer focused build or something like that. The builds are definitely much more defined in this game from what I'm seeing with the
added
reviews.
more like RPG elements as far as like classes.
Yeah.
To it.
Yeah,
Okay.
which that has me extremely excited because just figuring out the type of build that I want to go for with Kratos, I'm already like trying to figure out like, all right, you know, what do I want to do? And it's not super duper RPG heavy, but it's more of a static type of thing where you could just craft, like there'll be different armors that you could craft. You'll need certain materials to get to craft certain armors and things like that. Which again, that has me like really, really excited. What are you thinking on that?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited for that because one of the things that like I was going for when it came to 2018 was like empowering like more for like a rune type build kind of thing. Like I use the runes abilities a lot, man. So definitely going for like a more like a DPS type build until I got that armor with where you can get the heals. Yeah, that shit was clutch. But nah, I like that, man. Implementing more RPG elements within the game. Having a more personalized or customized Kratos is always a good thing, you know what I mean? Because you're going to hit a different audience as well, you know, with that to like encourage them to like, oh, I want to pick this game up now. You can be more, you know, personal with Kratos and how I want to build them. That's great. So yeah, everything I've seen about God of War, man, I'm excited, man. The combat looks clean. I'm not listening to these dumbass tweets where people saying that they put an hour in the game and the combat feels very similar. That is like a horrible and a dumbass gaming take. Like, no shit, Sherlock. Like you're hour in the game. Of course, it's gonna feel the same. You know what I mean? Like they're not gonna give you all the new abilities and stuff that you can do right in an hour in. But I don't think that is like a dumb thing as well or a bad thing as well, where it feels the same. Because God of War combat in 2018 was amazing, in my opinion. So, yeah, as long as that baseline is there and it's adding on top of that, I'm super excited, man. You already know the vibes, man. That Twitter is gonna be jumping.
Hey, yo, listen, I'm telling y'all, I'm giving y'all like a day before the game launch, I'm giving y'all fair warning. It's gonna be combat videos and screenshots galore. No spoilers, but I'm taking screenshots of just like all types of beautiful shit that I see.
Screenshots, I'm gonna like, I'm not gonna post this yet, but certain stuff, yeah, it's definitely gonna get
combat stuff. I'm posting that up. Not boss fights, but combat, like regular, like just enemies, different little swag combos and stuff that I do. It's getting posted up, man. Like this.
That's another. Good. Thank you for bringing that up. That's another thing that like kind of funny when I was listening there. A preview. A lot of variety when it comes to the enemies. You're not just constantly fighting trolls from what I'm hearing.
Oh no, there's a lot.
There's a lot of variety when it comes to the enemy. So, and that's the bit early in the game. You know what I mean? So that's a good thing right there. So, and
that was one of the biggest complaints from 2018 was that, you know, the enemy variety was very lacking and the boss variety was lacking, so to speak. So
a lot of people don't follow story. You know what I mean? Like, I get it. Where people, it's the same thing people had with like Elden Ring, right? The same complaint people had. Oh, Elden Ring, you can keep fighting the same bosses, but if you pay attention to the story or follow the lore,
Yep.
it explains like these why they're the same or who is these type of characters. That's like God of War explain like each troll had like a different name and all that stuff. Like, but you know how gamers are like
the same damn tree sentinel, man. That same damn tree sentinel.
Yeah, each tree sentinel had a different like lore and stuff like, in Elden Ring. So,
Yep. You know,
people like,
and it was
PBS,
protecting. It was protecting. I don't know why I get to that because the tree sentinels were the protectors of the smaller trees of life for the. Yes, you're absolutely right. People were definitely not reading the lore and paying attention to that stuff because there was definitely a reason for that. But all right, man, let's move on, man. God of War Ragnarok, November 9th, 2022. Guys, we're only 2.5 weeks away. Show us your excitement in the chat. Show us your excitement in the comments, man. We can't wait. We are going to definitely, all as gamers, share that experience together. I can't wait to see you guys play it as well. And, we're doing some really big giveaways as well for God of War, where we're going to be giving away copies of God of War to people in the community on here on WUPS and also on our respective channels as well. We'll be doing a bunch of giveaways as well to make sure that everyone in the community gets to experience this game together. We can't wait.
I think like each of us had like we bought the game like 3 or 2 times already.
Well,
so
3. I bought it 4 times. So
oh shit.
3 or 4. I have to look. I think I got a collector's from Direct, from GameStop, and I believe at Best Buy.
Because you got the Jotnar and the collectors.
Yeah. Yep. So I'll have
and people gonna be in your DMs hard, Persona.
Well, listen, I'm gonna do some giveaways. Like I'll do like 1 or 2 giveaways on Twitter where like I'll throw it like, hey, post up your Cash App and I'll send $75 to buy the game or whatever, maybe. But the actual games itself,
I don't trust nobody with that. It was like $75 in the Cash App. Your bro, they buying pizza with that. They ain't buying no God of War.
I'll do a PSN. I'll do a PSN or some shit like that. I don't know. But the giveaways is definitely gonna be for the channel. That's not on Twitter. Not at all.
It definitely gonna be some giveaways for sure.
Yep.
Twitter, you gotta hold that. You gotta be a part
I might do like one or two giveaways on Twitter. We'll see. But all right, let's move. Let's move. Let's move on, man.
Yeah, bro, I see some things on Twitter, man.
I know.
Absolutely not.
I know. That's why I say I gotta see. But all right, man. Let's move on. Bari, have you ever walked to the top of a hill and just stood there silently?
Most of the times when I do walk up a hill, I'm very silent because normally there's 2 hills. So I walk up the first hill.
Okay.
And I walk up the second hill and I'm very, very silent.
What would you call a hill like that? I would call a hill like hills where you're quiet. You call them what? Silent hills, right? Silent hill? It's a silent hill.
I like it. I like it very silent.
Yeah.
On the hill.
Yeah. Well, if you're looking at 2 hills, it's called Silent Hill 2. Because you got the first hill, Silent Hill, and then you got the second hill, which is Silent Hill 2, right? So, speaking of Silent Hills, Bari, we were just talking about Silent Hills, weren't we?
Is the hill a remake?
This Silent Hill 2 remake has been revealed here on the channel. Not here on the channel. It's been revealed this week, and some quick things I just want to go over real quick before we look at the trailer. So this game has been rebuilt from the ground up on the PlayStation 5. It's going to be made on Unreal 5 engine, and it's been 21 years since Silent Hill released back on PlayStation 2. It's been that long, bro. Jesus. So it's built. We old. So it's being built with Unreal 5. We're updating Silent Hill 2's experience comprehensively with the possibilities of Unreal 5. We're bringing the foggy, sinister town to life in ways that were not possible up to this point. The game will delight PS5 players visually, auditorially, and sensorily. Some of the Unreal 5 features that really shine are Lumen and Nanite. With them, we're raising the graphics to new, highly detailed and realistic levels while turning the game's signature nerve-wracking atmosphere to 11. Lumen is a fully dynamic global illumination solution that immediately reacts to the scene and light changes. It means that the light interacts with the environment realistically, just like in the real world. The whole game environment is lit more naturally this way. The nanite technology, on the other hand, is an amazing tool for level designers. With it, they can create incredibly detailed worlds and more realistic environments that look and feel a lot, almost lifelike. And obviously with the new PlayStation 5 features, it's not just graphics, Bari. It is also the atmosphere with music and sound design. Thanks to PlayStation 5's 3D audio capabilities, players will... facts. Players will be able to determine the exact direction where the sound is coming from. The Wise sound engine creates a realistic and believable soundscape that helps players feel like they are truly inside the game. Of course, we're not forgetting about the DualSense controller. We've already shown with our previous title, The Medium, that we can get pretty creative when it comes to haptic feedback and adaptive triggers. Bari, I know you're not the biggest Silent Hill fan, but, you know, how you feeling about this? And this is a PlayStation console exclusive.
Yeah, so I am not a Silent Hill fan per se, but I will acknowledge that this game looks amazing. It looks gorgeous. So for those people that are Silent Hill fans, and I know Silent Hill 2 is one of the ones that a lot of people like to, you know, go to as far as like the best one. Like, how you guys feel about it? Like, is this like a proper remake? Does it look great in your eyes? For me, it does look good. It looks like a great looking game. I'm happy that, you know, it's PlayStation 5 exclusive, taking advantage of the features and things like that. But as far as hype level and interest, I'm not interested. But yo, I gotta give kudos when it's due, man. Shout out to the PlayStation Nation. For 4 years, you've been talking about this rumor about Silent Hill being exclusive to PlayStation ever since PT. Ever since the PT demo. PlayStation Nation been saying Silent Hill is going to be exclusive to PlayStation, and it finally came true. You know, after 17 years, it finally came true. That rumor came true, guys, and congrats to you guys for sticking to your guns and believing it. And you know what I mean? When you think hard enough, it'll eventually come true. So big shout out to you. How do you guys feel about Bloober Team developing a game as well? I think they're fine because it's not like it's like a... You know, I'm not even going to talk about Blue Team. I don't play their games like that, so I'm going to leave that alone.
Well, the original creators of Silent Hill are also working on this with Bloober Team, so I have a lot of faith that this is going to be a faithful remake and an accurate retelling of Silent Hill 2. So,
what about you? Are you interested? Are you going to copy it, or do you like Silent Hill?
I'm not the biggest Silent Hill fan. I ain't gonna sit here and cap like a lot of people will with a lot of a lot of things in the community. I'm not the biggest Silent Hill fan, and I have not played all the games. Silent Hill 2, I don't remember too much from back in the day, so I can't really speak to it to the experience of like, you know, what's good and what's not. But if I'm someone that's new to the series or looking at this for the first time, this looks absolutely beautiful. This looks absolutely amazing. That monster
was kind of thick too.
I noticed that when I first watched the trailer. I was like, "Hey yo!" But this looks beautiful, man. This looks beautiful. I'm interested. You know, I'm definitely gonna go back into that world and play this. But is it like top of my list for 2023? Nah, not at all. But it definitely looks very, very beautiful.
Wait, so this is coming out 2023 as well?
Well, you know what? Let me not. It says wish list. It says wish list now. It says wish list now.
Unreal Engine 5.
But Unreal Engine 5 has been out for like almost a year now, like a year or more now. And
you know, it takes time for the, you know. You're right though.
It's not confirmed. It's not confirmed. Let me not say that. It's not confirmed. But it is. I would assume it says wish list now. So I'm thinking. We might get a date in 2023 for this. I don't know. I don't feel like this would be a 2024 title, but who knows? You know, they might slip. It might slip.
That's a big ass cockroach, but
that's a fact.
It looks great, man.
That's a Bronx cockroach, right, boy? That cockroach come from the Bronx, right? Oh, let's go back to that cockroach real quick. That looked like a Bronx cockroach. me see. Yeah, yep.
Cockroach.
That's a Bronx cockroach right there,
Hey,
boy.
where did Eddie Murphy go? Did he come to America?
It don't matter, bro. Where was he at when he came to America? He wasn't Queens, but he wasn't in like he was in like Astoria. He was in like Astoria or some shit like that, bro. He wasn't in the right area of Queens. But even those areas, if Queens was looking like that, what you think the Bronx was looking like back in the 80s? Are you kidding me? Go to the Bronx, go watch a Bronx Tale or some shit like that.
We had green pastures and it was a tale to tell.
Cap. I know you ain't talking, but this is good. 12 months. This game is also it's timed exclusive to PlayStation 5, and I believe it's coming out PC day one. But it's 12 months exclusivity. Is that anti-consumer, Bari?
No, that's competing.
That's how you compete.
Yes. Hey man, incentivize your console.
All right. That's competing. Cool.
PlayStation is competing.
As they should.
Anti-consumer!
What? Is he singing that? What the hell?
Nah. I was like, anti-consumer! and it sounded funny with the voice changer. Anti-consumer! But let me get these messages. Yo, DC Gamer, man, appreciate you. 5 months as a member on the channel, man. Joining the WUPS Nation. We appreciate you, DC, always, bro.
Bless up.
He says, happy Saturday to the greatest PlayStation podcast on the planet. Really and truly, we appreciate the community because the community has dubbed this that, Bari. We don't go say the community
put the target on the back.
The community said that, not us, Bari. The community has looked at our podcast and has been rocking with us for a long time, and they believe it's the greatest podcast on the planet, PlayStation podcast. So we really appreciate our community that rocks with us. We still got a lot of growing to do, I think. Yeah,
absolutely.
But Steady Flow, man, appreciate you. 6 months as a member on the channel, joining the WUPS Nation. He says, what's up, fellas? I feel that it's part of the God of War reboot design that we gave props in 2018, so I think they brought it back for the PlayStation 5 too. I can see that, yeah. I can definitely see that. I think that's a good way. I think that's a good way of looking at it. So yeah, shout out to the members on the channel. We appreciate y'all with the messages and the support.
I know. Matter of fact, I'll save it because we about to talk about Final Fantasy, right?
Yeah. So one of the greatest games that's coming out next year, again, exclusive to the PlayStation 5, is that Final Fantasy 16. And we got this trailer. It's funny too because there's not a whole lot of action in this trailer. It's more story building and more fleshing out of certain characters, right, Bari? And this trailer really, really has me extremely hyped because we really gonna the cutscenes and the combat and the story building in this game is gonna be amazing. But before we look at the trailer, Bari, I just want to highlight a couple of things that was talked about in the in the PlayStation blog from Naoki Yoshida, who is the producer of Final Fantasy 16 at Square Enix, right? So the two things I want to highlight is that the two dominants that we see, that we get confirmation of, because we did see these dominants in the first trailer with Bahamut and Odin, but we did not know who they were, Bari. Now we know. So the dominant of Bahamut, his name is the crown. He is the crown prince of the Holy Empire of Sanbreque and the leader of its noblest and most feared order of knights, the Dragoons. Dion Lesage is loved and respected by both his people and his troops, not least for the many times he has turned the tide of battle in their favor. Indeed, songs of the heroism of the warrior prince and his icon Bahamut, King of Dragons, are never far from the lips and lutes of Sanbreque's bards. But all is not well in the Empire, and the gathering shadows may yet be enough to quell Bahamut's light. And then we get confirmation of Odin's icon, which I gotta be honest, man, he looks so badass, right? So arriving on the shores of Ash as a landless and titleless wanderer, it was Barnabas Tamar's skill with a blade that won him a kingdom. And though the local beastmen were to rise and revolt against his rule, Barnabas called on the power of his icon Odin to quell their rebellious nigh single-handedly bringing the entirety of the eastern continent under the Walloider banner. I can't read. Now he has an army and navy that rival any and Valastia at his disposal, yet still the king is drawn to where the fighting is thickest, riding into battle atop his spectral steed and sundering foes with his fabled black blade, or merely observing the unfolding chaos from the sidelines, a grisly gleam of fascination ever in his eyes. Boy, oh boy. All right, now let's look at this trailer.
Yeah, like the previous trailers, I think this trailer just cleared up a lot of things that's going on, or you get like a certain like a viewpoint of what's going on where you can like get a better assumption, pretty much. But nah, the trailer was beautiful. I like what they're doing here. I think this game is gonna be like really and truly, like, I'm not even like trolling when I say this. I do think this is gonna be like the game of the year, just off of what they're presenting to me. And when I say game of the year, I'm talking about like for me personally, not like whatever game show or whatnot. I'm talking like personal stuff. What they're presenting to me, the characters look engaging. There's complexity going on with the story. Because one thing I do love about like RPGs, especially like all the way back in the day, I used to love like reading the booklet and like the biography and they explaining each character and what they're about and whatnot. And I'm getting that same feel once again here with Final Fantasy 16, even though other games have done it, but they're giving me that old school feel when they're doing it, when they present it. You know what I mean? So I'm really liking the contrast between all of these realms as well. So you have like Dion and you have Barnabas, and in the previous trailer before you saw Bahamut and like Odin going at it. So there's definitely like conflict. There's always conflict between all these realms within the game, but you just have a little bit more like back end behind the conflict when it came to this trailer. And then we got a nice little teaser as well when it comes to other dominants and their icons, where we saw a nice teaser for Ramu. Ramu's pretty much that dominant, where they didn't go into the full transformation, but they showed the beginning of that, and we saw Shiva as far as her dominant. What we don't know, they didn't disclose like any information as far as like the name and what realm that they're a part of. But within the first trailer, we saw that Titan and as Dalmekian was going against whatever Shima's realm or that dominant, and we see a little bit more of that here within the story. And the character looked badass too, man. It looks badass. I can't wait to learn more about that character per se, Shiva's dominant, because like Shiva's always like been my favorite summon. So I'm more intrigued to see what's going on because she looked badass. She looked like she can defend and fight for herself. That's like a little snippet of the trailer that we saw. But yeah, man, I think they've been hitting the nail in the coffin when it comes to a lot of these trailers. Like I think what they showed, 3 main trailers or 4?
3.
They showed the beginning, the first, yeah. No, yeah, he was right. 3, right?
Yeah, 3.
Yeah. So the trailers that they've been showing, they've been hitting it as far as like keeping people engaged or keeping people interested. Like, all right, what is going on in this game? There's a lot of talks that can be happening going on with these trailers. So I'm very, very happy with what I'm seeing with Final Fantasy 16. I really want to talk about it more, but shout out to Square Enix, man. But I'm super, super excited for this game, man. Yo, Valastia looked like a beautiful world too. Just the world itself is gonna look beautiful, and I can't wait to travel and go to different realms and see what's going on with the story. Like this whole trailer here, it didn't even talk about like Clive. It didn't really show anything about Clive or anything, and we saw what really happened with that scene with Joshua, right? And a lot of things that I was predicting as far as like the dark icon and the setup of what's going on with the actual story in the game. We kind of see a little bit.
Yeah, one of the things I picked up on with that mysterious man in the cloak.
Yeah,
whatever
exactly.
His icon, he's an Apex. That's an Apex icon. I'm thinking.
I think.
So
I
what
think
what I
that
what I
is-
mean by that
is
is
the
like
dark icon.
that's Ifrit. That's Ifrit. But what I'm saying is I'm thinking that that's an Apex icon as well. So like you know how I remember in Godzilla where when he fought King Kong or whatever. No, not King Kong, Ghidorah. Ghidorah was an Apex icon. So with Godzilla being like the main not icon, but he was an Apex predator. With Godzilla being the king of all monsters and a true predator and the king of everyone, to have someone like that in disrupts the balance in the order of things. I'm thinking that because remember in the second trailer we saw 2 Ifrits fighting. So at the end, maybe it was like awaken Ifrit, awaken my child of son of flame or whatever. I'm thinking that with this trailer, I think that man in the cloak is definitely not a true icon, like some type of genetically altered or whatever, or it's definitely some Apex Ghidorah type shit going on here, which really has me hyped because like, yo, if we got an Apex in the midst of the dominance that's about to be out here trying to wash these fools, taking them off, yo, listen, I mean this in all sincerity, and I mean no disrespect when I say this. No other game's gonna top this year. Next year. I mean that as respectfully as possible, except for maybe Spider-Man.
Yo, this looking like my game of the year.
This game, everything I see from this game, it just has me so hyped, bro. So excited. I'm going to get lost in this world. This game's getting platinum. I don't give a fuck if I got to replay the game 30 times. It's getting platinum. I'm putting so much time into this game, bro. I'm putting so much time into this game,
man. Like, yo,
nah, you're not gonna hear from me.
I'm gone, bro.
Yeah, you're not gonna hear from me. Only thing you're gonna see is screenshots and clips, man. I'm telling you, there's certain games.
I don't even know if you're gonna see like you're gonna see screenshot after certain things, but like the story, like I said, is gonna be so layered and complex as far as like you got to understand what's going on, the political gain that people are trying to get within the story. I'm not trying to be, podcasting and Twitter.
Listen, I'm telling you right, this
is zoned out.
I'm telling y'all right now, there's certain games that Saturday podcast is not going to happen. We already know God of War, Final Fantasy 16, that Spider-Man 2.
See you the following week.
And maybe Forspoken as well, but we'll see.
Forspoken, yeah, you might see me the following week too. That's a game I want to dive in as well. But yeah, man, Stellar
Blade,
game,
Stellar Blade as well. I'm gonna want to dive into that.
It might not be the game, but you might what's in the game. Dive into that, but nah, man. I can't wait. I can't wait for 16, man. Like they show so much with trailer wise that right now they don't really need to do anything more other than like we know Square Enix is probably going to have like 2 more trailers to this game.
Absolutely. I think the next trailer that we
like 1 more and they good.
I think we're gonna get 1 or 2 more because it's summer, so I think probably 1 more. The next trailer that we get is going to be release date and probably announcing the collector's editions and all that as well. Because you know Square is doing a collector's edition for this game. You know that's happening. Yo, listen, if they come out, Bari, what if they come out with Kai arts of all the dominants and icons? Oh my god, bro!
I think they will have it. I don't know if that's going to be the collectors, but they will have like the Kai art stuff.
Yeah,
there.
the Kai arts. That's what I'm saying.
All the
I'm getting all of them.
That.
I'm getting all of them too, man. I need that. I'll build a whole new shelf for them, 100%. So yeah, that's Final Fantasy 16, guys. Listen, we could geek about this for hours, but in the interest of time in our show, we'll move on. But trust me when I tell you, I am going to be doing a breakdown of that trailer on my channel next week. So be on the lookout for that. So Final Fantasy 16. One more thing from FF16 as well. We did get a message from the producer and the director. Just real quick, I just want to just go over this real quick just so that everyone is in the know. So the producer says, "Greetings, everyone. I'm happy to announce that our newest trailer, Ambition, is now live. Rather than focusing on action as we did in our last reveal, this time we wanted to give the world a more in-depth look at Final Fantasy XVI's lore and its rich cast of characters with dominance front and center. The flames of war spread as Valistia enters an age of twilight. Where will fate lead to dominance, and what future awaits the realm at the end of this bitter conflict? There are still many more questions to be answered, many more truths to be uncovered. With regards to development, the team has turned the corner and entered the home stretch, and is currently concentrating its efforts on debugging, tweaking, polishing, and optimization. As for promotion, over the next few weeks, myself and the main director, Hiroshi Takai, and main director Hiroshi Takai and the creative director Kazutoyo Mahiro and localization director Michael Christopher Koji Fox will be taking part in interviews with multiple media outlets from across the globe to bring you even more information. So make sure you keep your eyes out for those. That's
one thing I want to say. Like, shout out to Yoshi P with that message, man. Always having a message every trailer. But that's one thing I want to say. Like, this game, I feel like it's done, man. Like, the last time the trailer, there was like the localization is like almost done and all that stuff. They're just doing like bug fixes, but I noticed the level of quality has been increasing every time they show a new trailer. Because not like this last trailer, everything just looks like so sharp. Even like the gameplay aspects, there was like no little stutter or nothing like that. It just everything is sharp, smooth. It just looks better every time. It just looks better and better and better, man. So I know when this game come out like next year, that joint that's about to be like a marvel, man.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't wait, yo.
And the fact that it's PlayStation 5 only, really has me like super duper excited, man. Like this no holds bar, man. So that's good stuff. But all right, man, let's move on.
They got told about DualSense features and all that stuff, but we'll probably get that
performance modes and all that stuff if that's gonna be in there. It's a lot of that stuff they got to talk about. But all right, man, let's move on. So, Bari, man, why is PlayStation playing with our emotions, man?
Playing with my heart.
Why are they playing with our emotions, man? Huh? So, what I'm talking about is PlayStation put out a tweet that is now since deleted. I was hoping somebody would have caught the tweet or screenshotted it. I
caught it. You want me to send it to you?
Somebody caught it. All right, so I got it. So PlayStation originally put out a tweet where they were saying, can you guess this game case? And it was the Bloodborne. It was Sony, not PlayStation's Twitter. It was Sony who put this out. And it was the Bloodborne case. And we all know how thirsty this gaming community is right now for either Bloodborne remake and or remaster. And so when Sony put that tweet out, it sent the community into a frenzy of, oh, are they teasing Bloodborne? Bloodborne remaster, Bloodborne remake. When are you bringing Bloodborne back? Bloodborne. And Sony deleted the tweet. What's your thoughts, Bari?
Yeah, bruh. This is not from PlayStation. This is a Sony.
Yeah, Sony's Twitter
that tweeted this.
Yep.
And yeah, I was like, what? Why would they post like the Bloodborne like cover art, crop it out or whatnot? Like, what are they doing? Are they trying to promote something, or are they just doing like a random like, oh hey guys, guess the game kind of thing? But I didn't see anything leading up to just like, all right, we're gonna be doing guess the game cover type thing, just randomly on Twitter. It's just one tweet, and when I saw it, I was like, all right, man, yeah, they definitely playing with emotions. In all the talks of remakes and remasters, I'm pretty sure when this bad boy right here, that was just last generation, nobody's gonna complain that, oh my god, this we needed to wait for this one. Nah, everybody's gonna be happy as hell that Bloodborne got remade or remastered for PlayStation 5 or whatnot. So
yep.
Yeah, it definitely got people eyes open, and
they
deleted it.
It's very clear. It's very clear that Sony's social media team and PlayStation's social media team are not communicating, because they should have read the room on this tweet, because they knew if they would have put this tweet out, it was going to send the community into a frenzy, because the community is so thirsty for Bloodborne news, a Bloodborne remake or remaster. So they and honestly, I don't think this means that that's coming. I just think whoever was running the social media page at the time, I don't think so, bro. I don't think so. I think whoever was running the social media page at the time, just didn't read the room. They didn't read the room. It's like, oh, let's put out this tweet, just for whatever. Because they put,
They saying careless mistake.
Yeah, I just think it was a careless mistake. They should have did like Kratos or GT7 or some shit like that. They shouldn't have did Bloodborne because Bloodborne is.
Don is saying that it's not the first time they did something like this, but it's the first time they did something like this and then deleted it. Am I wrong with that?
I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not going to jump on that. Oh yeah, but Bloodborne bandwagon because, it. I don't know if it's going to come or not come. Pause. But there's like 3 games they should never do this with: Legend of Dragoon, Bloodborne, and Infamous.
But yeah, why say can you see it than the emoji? You know what I mean? Like I feel like it's much deeper than just we're just zooming in on a character on a cover of a game. Can you guess? I think they're alluding to something. I
don't want to believe it. I don't want to believe in it, man, because I don't want to get let down. Because I really want to remake or remaster so that I can get this platinum and go back and finish it. So
Bloodborne is this amazing game because I feel like if that game had like a 60 frames or just a high frame rate patch or just remake in general, people are already playing Bloodborne right now in this current state. Yep. Imagine if they get enhanced
60 frames
or more and more talk. Bloodborne lore is amazing. Bloodborne boss fight's amazing. The game itself, I just love the game.
Yeah.
And its approach. But yeah, I don't know what they playing
around.
For real,
yeah, they playing around with that. I don't know what you was doing with that PlayStation. That's no good. And then the
fact that it's taking so long. You know what I mean? It's like I feel like it's something big coming rather than just a patch. I mean, they definitely gonna give it the remake works.
Remake treatment, yeah. That's probably what Blue Point is working on, But all right, man, let's move on, man. So one of the other things that got confirmed this week as well, which you and I, Bari, we knew this. Because when you're dealing with Insomniac, you're dealing with greatness. And when you're dealing with greatness, you're dealing with people who can meet deadlines. Right? So remember, Bari, a lot of people were doubting that Spider-Man 2 was coming out next year because we haven't seen, and we haven't really seen anything yet, right? But PlayStation had put out a tweet, Insomniac had put out a tweet saying, stop Roxxon and the Underground from destroying the neighborhood. Just a regular promotion of Miles Morales, because Miles Morales is coming to PC in November.
PC.
Yep. So, they just tweet, promoting their stuff like they do. So some random on Twitter asked them, Spider-Man 2 trailer, release date in 2023.
Man, why you say it so mean like that, man?
What you mean? I'm not
something random on Twitter.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I'm just saying like a random person on Twitter. Release date in 2023 and we still have nothing. So then somebody else tweeted, I'm starting to get worried, honestly. I've been bugging Insomniac about it, but I stopped after they told me it wasn't ready. I really hope it doesn't get delayed. And then Insomniac came out and they said, Spider-Man, don't. We're making good progress and it's still slated for 2023. Showing games takes time, effort, resources, and coordination. So Insomniac confirming Spider-Man 2 is still slated for 2023, Bari.
I'm not concerned when it comes to Insomniac. I think that's the person that does. Let me ask you this.
What's up?
Insomniac would have responded if the person didn't have a Spider-Man picture as their profile or the name "Come On Spider-Man Sense."
I don't think so.
Because see, they ain't respond to the first person, but they respond to that person right there. That might be a plant. That might be an Insomniac plant. That's like, all right, we're gonna give y'all some news real quick. You know what I mean? You never know, but
hey, yo, really and truly, that means. Hey, yo, no, that's like some conspiracy theory shit. Man. But that's very plausible, bro. Shit like that is real. Yo, I can see that happening in order to oh well, it wasn't us. We were just answering somebody that was asking type shit. Yo, I could believe that conspiracy theory. Keep going.
Yeah, but yeah, I'm not concerned about anything Insomniac putting out. I think they're going to hit their target, their mark when it comes to releasing the game. It's smart that they say 2023 and not like, Ratchet and Clank, they said like early 2023 or whatnot. It still came out early, but it was kind of a little bit late. It's tipping on the mid range in 2022 or 2021, but Insomniac is on point, man, on here. So yeah, I'm not. I didn't even have that worry. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
They
me
showed the
neither.
Spider-Man 2 trailer. I was like, all right, you know what? 2023. They had that blog. 2023. That's it. I didn't even know people was worried about Spider-Man 2. To be honest with you,
because it's like, oh, we ain't see nothing. And yo, for people in the chat, Insomniac has already confirmed. Both PlayStation and Insomniac confirmed Spider-Man 2 is a next-gen only title. So, and Herman Hulse recently confirmed in his interview that Spider-Man 2 will be next-gen only. So, I think we're good on that.
Microsoft confirms.
But yo, let's move it on, Bari. Let's move it along.
Hey, I can understand people, but hey, it could be cross-gen. You know, PlayStation they turn on a dime sometimes, man. So.
Wishy-washy. Congrats is in all, Bari. Congratulations to Devil May Cry 5 for reaching 6 million copies sold worldwide. I think this is an incredible feat, and shout out to the Devil May Cry team. They're very happy with this as well. So congratulations to them. And then another bit of news real quick too is Callisto Protocol. So some news came out earlier this week, which was a typo or some on the official Epic Games Store, where they were showing Callisto Protocol releasing in February of 2023, but Callisto Protocol debunked that and said that Callisto Protocol is still on track to be releasing on December 2nd of 2022, and it will have a 60 frames per second performance mode on consoles, which is they flexing. They trying to say, well, Gotham Knights, we're going to have a performance mode, so why don't you? So shout out to Callisto on that. And then another thing with Callisto, which they confirmed yesterday, is that Callisto Protocol has gone gold. So we're locked in for that December 2nd release date. Shout out to the team, Striking Distance Studios, on releasing their first project.
That's holding up the champagne with a gold chain. That's lit right there. You can tell he loves his job. He's into what he's doing, and he's happy that the game went gold, or he's rocking the gold chain as well, man. The Cuban links.
Yes,
so shout out to that guy right there, man. I bought the game just because of you. So you know.
So big shout out to the Striking Distance team, man. I'm very happy. This is their first project that they're releasing out the door, and the fact that they've gone gold and are locked in for that December 2nd release date, I think is a really great thing. Bari, what's your thoughts on all this?
Yeah, man. Like I said, there's going to be a lot of these horror games coming out, or these horror survival games coming out, and I'm going to give them a try, man. Especially the ones that has weaponry. You know what I mean? So I'm going to give these games a try, man. Callisto Protocol is going to be the first on the list, and we're going to be doing Dead Space and Resident Evil 4. We're going to finally finish that one. And yeah, man.
Thank you. You reminded me. Thank you so much. Go ahead, continue. Go ahead.
I'm pretty excited for it, man. It's back to back horror survival type games is coming out, man. It's going to be something new for your boy. Giving these games a go, giving these games a try. So not like new, but we getting back acclimated into them.
Which is great.
Yeah, it looks great. So
yep.
I'm excited.
Looks amazing. So one last thing too with Resident Evil 4, Bari, you just reminded me. So Resident Evil 4, the Resident Evil showcase, they did have a nice showcase this week as well. And one of the things that they were talking about with the Resident Evil showcase is, they showed off the third-person mode for Resident Evil 7 Village. They also confirmed the release date for the Rose DLC, which is October 28th, which is next Friday. But they also showed off Resident Evil 4 gameplay, and they gave us the collector's edition as well. So RESI. How you feeling? How you
great? Resident Evil 8 Rose DLC looks amazing. 4 looks amazing. Like 4 was always like a good looking game when it launched for me. But seeing what they're doing here, that RE engine, yo. I keep telling people, man, it's like one of the best engines in gaming, yo, and don't sleep on this joint. This joint looks amazing, man. To see this game, like, looking this good, regardless if you're into these type of games or not, you're going to be interested, because this is something that is like pushing your hardware. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just like, damn, this looks good. And March 24th is a release date, so it's almost here pretty soon.
Yeah, this Resident Evil 4 looks great.
I got a collector's edition. I need that statue, man. That statue look amazing.
Yeah, that statue look fire. I'm gonna show that off. So this is a trailer, man. This game, that Resident Evil engine really is working like magic. Like it really is like a very different experience.
And the thing is not just like, oh, I'm not just saying that because it's showcasing PS5 stuff. No, like even the Switch games, the RE engine, like that's some of the best looking Switch games.
Yeah, Monster Hunter Rise looks,
Monster Hunter Rise and all that stuff.
Beautiful.
It looks amazing. That engine is godlike, man.
Yep.
They're doing a great job, Capcom over there.
I agree. And then the collector's edition as well, which it's what, $250? How much is the collector's edition? Yeah, $250.
It's $250. Right.
It comes with the steelbook, extra DLC, digital soundtrack, the figure, the Leon figure, and art book poster, and the collector's edition box as well. That Leon Kennedy statue does look really, really good.
So Leon in the leather coat, that's a cop, bruh. That's a cop.
Yeah, I had to grab this as well. This looked really, really. I was like, yeah, this is a no-brainer. So
it's one of those collector's editions too, where you're not throwing away the box and all that stuff. You're gonna keep that box.
Yeah, you're gonna keep everything.
Cool, you know what I mean?
Yeah, you're gonna keep everything. It's amazing. So, shout out to Capcom, man. RE4. I think this collector's edition sold out too. So, let me check.
Yeah, I'm grateful that I got it to pick it up early. Shout out to you, man, with that link.
Oh damn! They say, yo, we can't find it. It's sold out. It's gone. You can't even find it. Yo, hey man, listen, people. That's why I keep saying, people in this community that think the price is like, people gonna buy the stuff that they want, man. That's how life always has been, right? So shout out to Capcom on that. So Resident Evil 4 remake, March 24th, 2023. I know we all can't wait for that. And then the last bit of news before we get into the topic, Bari, we couldn't let this show end without talking about something that was a part of all of our gaming childhoods, right, Bari? Remember back in the day, growing up, we had the magazines like Nintendo Power, PlayStation, Game Informer, and all that other stuff, but we also had a channel on TV that was also dedicated to gamers. Had the game trailers. It had the awesome show like X Play, Attack of the Show.
Listen, G, before you listen, before you go on about reminiscing on TV, shout out to chat, man. Hit the like button.
Yes, sir. Actually, you're right, Barry. If you made it this far in the show, we're gonna give you some more trophies. We're gonna give you some more trophies, man.
A
lot more trophies. Listen, hold on, let me see if I could do a good one. Listen here, G. 4 of the people that I can't do it. I was trying. I can't. I suck. I can't do it. But G4 TV, unfortunately, has been shut down. It's over.
R.I.P.
It's over. So the memo that came out, it says, here is Scott's full memo from Deadline. So it says, team, as you know, G4 was reintroduced last year to tap into the popularity of gaming. We invested to create the new G4 as an online and TV destination for fans to be entertained, be inspired, and connect with gaming content. Over the past several months, we worked hard to generate their interest in G4, but viewership is low, and the network has not achieved sustainable financial results. This is certainly not what we hoped for, and as a result, we have made the very difficult decision to discontinue G4's operations effective immediately. I know this is a disappointing news, and I'm disappointed too. I want to thank you and everyone on the G4 team for the hard work and commitment to the network. Our human resources team is reaching out to you to provide you with support and discuss other opportunities that may be available and answer any questions you may have. Thank you again for all your hard work for G4. Sincerely, David Scott, Chairman and CEO of Compass Spectator. Bari.
Hey, yo, G4 TV resurgence is like a live service game that ain't Fortnite. You know what I mean? It only lasted a year. But
oh my God.
But nah, man, it's just a different time that we live in, because typically G-Force was on like not G-Force, G4 TV was on TV. Now they're just dealing with like YouTube, and I think they were on Twitch as well, where you have other influencers, people that people got more acclimated with throughout the times that G4 hasn't existed. They're just rather watch those channels and watch those people talk about gaming.
Yeah.
Where I felt like certain personalities that they had there didn't really mesh well with the community. And yeah, just on a community standpoint, now that you're part of YouTube, on Twitter, Twitch, I didn't really feel like the communication or that those conversations with the community was there. It felt like it were more so, well, we're still on TV, and that's how we respond to anybody or how we act now that we're on TV, on YouTube. You can't really respond the same way. You have to have like a connection. You can't be really that disconnected, because the interaction is much more intimate. You know what I mean? Like you have a chat room. When you were on TV, you didn't have a chat room. You know what I mean? It's a different dynamic. But I feel sorry for those people that lost their jobs that, fully committed to G4 TV. Hopefully they land on their feet, with anything that they do in the future. But yeah, at the end of the day, you got to read the room better. G4 TV. So that's all my thoughts.
I think
PC. Speak from the heart, brother. Speak from the heart.
Just not speak from the heart, so I can't. So first off, it sucks. Like I think whenever somebody's losing a job, that sucks automatically, right? Like, that's never a good thing, and I would never want to wish that on anybody. So, for the people who have lost their jobs, I hope you can bounce back very quickly, very easily, and with minimal disruption to your life. So that is first and foremost, right? So to everyone, my heart goes out to the staff at G4, and I'm sorry that this happened so abruptly and so instantaneously. And for a lot of people, they found out through Twitter. They never got a message or an email or anything like that. They found out at the same time as we did, which I think is never good, right? So
them being respectful though, not saying that they survived, but nobody survived. But my bad. Go ahead.
No, true. So that's my thing. What I think to, just to kind of piggyback off some of the things you were saying when it comes to social media and just how things work now. Everyone and their mama got a podcast today. Everybody and their mama can put out their own gaming takes, gaming thoughts, and with games media and just gaming in general being such a saturated market when it comes to content. Everywhere you look, there's a new gaming podcast, a new gaming video, a new gaming this, a new gaming channel, a new this, that, and the third, new gaming stream. It's hard to, and it's weird because what G4 had going for it was that nostalgia that it, and the hearts and minds of millions that they've reached from back in the day. They had that going for them to where they could have came back into the spotlight like this and recaptured a lot of that love and a lot of that support just off the nostalgia feel of, damn, we've got G4 back and Adam Sussler's back. Like, wow, this is, I want to support this, right? But when you bring in a myriad of characters or people who give off the impression that they aren't really gamers, because I don't want to speak in absolutes and say they aren't gamers. I'm going to say that they give off the impression that they aren't gamers by some of the things that they say, some of the things that they do. And then looking at G4 and seeing them kind of support that and promote that, it would push, I can understand it pushing gamers away. And I think that's one of the biggest problems coming back into the spotlight like this. Again, I think G4 had its community, it had people. But when you get the wrong people sitting in front of a camera talking, it can push even the most loyal fan away because it does not speak to them as a gamer. And I'm not saying that everything needs to be a yes man type of situation, you know, to coddle people's feelings, but at least sound like you know what you're talking about. At least sound like you actually play games. At least sound like you're not just here for a check. Because to a gamer, they're going to pick up on that bullshit right away. And it's going to push people away. And then when you say things like, if you don't like it, don't watch it. These are these are the very people who are keeping you. No, and I mean no disrespect when I say this, because it's all about the engagement in the facts, data, and statistics. When it comes to the corporate suits, the very people that are watching you are keeping you employed. So when you say, if you don't like it, don't watch it, okay. But then we end up here, where now all of it is shut down. You see what I'm saying? And this is why I say it's very important to check your coworkers, not in a rude and disrespectful way, but to keep people in check, or check the people that you rocking with or whatever, because you don't want to have people out there looking foolish or saying foolish things, because it can hurt the brand. With me and Bari can come to me and be like, yo, Persona, what you doing here? Like, calm this down, or vice versa. And it's no disrespect or anything, because we're thinking about the brand. We're thinking about WUPS. We're thinking about our podcast. We're thinking about our image. I don't think those conversations were being had behind the scenes when it comes to certain individuals at G4. And I think that was a large contributing factor to its downfall, was because those certain people weren't checked behind the scenes. I'm not saying it needs to be a public shaming, but they definitely need to be checked behind the scenes, especially when some of your coworkers lose their job, and you say, I survived. They're not getting checked. So you don't want to check them? Fine. Now G4 is gone. Do I feel sorry for the people who lost their jobs? Absolutely. But am I surprised at this? No. So be it.
Yeah, I agree with you on some of that aspects. But I'll say this overall. If you're going to have these gaming shows, make sure you respect the PlayStation Nation. You know what I mean? Don't be out here disrespecting PlayStation Nation, letting that joint rock. Because at the end of the day, you disrespect the PlayStation Nation, the greatest nation, the largest nation. It's not going to bode well for you. And now that we're adding the PlayStation Master Race to that army, to that nation, you got to respect this, man. I felt like it was more dissing PlayStation fans and uplifting PlayStation fans. I'm not saying that you have to like PlayStation, but you ain't going to be out here to straight up disrespecting PlayStation.
Facts.
Dead man walking. No games.
See, Bari speaking from the heart. I was trying to go around it in a very PC way, but Bari opened the door. Go ahead, Bari, continue.
I mean, this is what you was alluding to.
Yes, but I was trying to go about it in a very PC manner and finagle. But go ahead.
That's why I said.
You opened the door
originally before you went. Speak from the heart.
You opened the door, Bari. Go ahead, finish up. You kicked the door open, waving the 4-4.
You opened the door.
You kicked open the door, waving the 4-4. Go ahead.
You were Sam Fisher. You
absolutely
you creaked open. You had your your spy goggles and whatnot. Open the door.
Nope. I was finagling. I went about it in a very PC manner. You kicked open the door, waving the 4-4. Finish it out. Finish your thoughts. Go.
He had a what's the things? A door pick. A lot pick.
Hey man, listen, you know, sometimes you gotta go
open the door. I just kicked it.
I mean, hey man, listen, you gotta, you know.
Nah, man, it really and truly, like, yo, in this day and age too, that now social media is like much more prevalent, and people have easy access to give you feedback. Yeah, I'm not saying that you can't be critical of PlayStation, but I don't think that was any criticism from PlayStation. That was just more being stupid and idiotic and straight up disrespectful. Especially now that we're seeing all of the information that Microsoft out here is saying with 287 exclusives on PlayStation, but you out here got a host on your goddamn show when talking about the future of Xbox, she out here talking about PlayStation's a dead man walking. They ain't got no games. You all crazy. This is why your show is. This is why G4 ain't existing now. You all crazy. That's it. That's all I gotta say, man.
I mean,
I'm a PlayStation fan too.
you know,
It's my opinion. It's my opinion.
I mean, what else can I say?
That's what she said. I'm a PlayStation fan. I got a PlayStation Plus. So what? You went on TV
Like I
on
should
YouTube
care.
looking like an idiot.
Well,
Respectfully.
I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. But all right, if you made it this far into the show, guys, we're gonna give you some trophies, man.
Trophy them up.
Y'all made it far into the show, and we are so glad y'all stuck with us, man. So now we are in the discussion portion of the show, guys. And our topic for this week, Bari, is a topic we've been talking about all week. It's a topic that a lot of people will tell.
End the poll before we get into it.
Okay.
So we have
Okay.
that.
Yeah, you got it. You got it. So we're gonna end the poll, and the poll
287 people voted.
and 70. So the question for the poll was, does PlayStation need a showcase? 74% of people. So we had 287 people vote. 74% of those people said yes, Bari, and only 25%. Wait, that math that math value doesn't make sense though. How's it 74% yes and 25%?
I think
no?
they rounded up the yes probably because it's only 287.
Got you. All right, so because it would probably be 74 point blah blah blah. Yeah, you're right. 74% said yes and 25% said no. Bari. So we've been talking about this for months, really, on this, especially on this channel. And you know how things go, Bari, man. When you're talking about a showcase, you get those people
That are just like, oh, well, we don't need a showcase. Why should we have a showcase? Well, we've got games coming out. Well, God of War Ragnarok comes out in 2 weeks, so why would he need a showcase? We don't need a showcase. Why do you keep asking for a showcase? We don't need a showcase. Oh my God, but Jay Bart, oh my God, Persona, every time I come on your channel, you're always talking about a showcase. We don't need a showcase. What about the games? What about the games? The games.
We got enough games to play.
No, Jay Bart, you can't say we need a showcase. Why are you begging for a showcase, Mr. Jay Bari? We need the games. It's the games. It's all about the games. The games. No showcase, the games.
Yes.
That's what they say. That's what they say.
Yes.
And so when it comes to that, right? Millier, shout out to Millier. She cute too, by the way. Very cute.
Absolutely. I said that out loud.
So Millier put out a tweet, which I believe this 100%. Like, I know we still calling it a rumor, obviously, to cover our tracks, but I really think this is real, especially after this week, right? But Millier put out a tweet at the beginning of the week and said, the ongoing CMA investigation for Microsoft acquisition of Activision Blizzard has indeed delayed any showcase plans for Sony. Exclusive titles and first-party IP were locked in. Sony believes the showcase will add weight to Microsoft's argument. Silent Hill and Kojima, Who Am I reveal were part of the show. The initial announcement of the showcase was scheduled for October 11th, with the showcase taking place October 20th. Sony holding firm for now. Bari.
I believe this rumor because I find it weird that PlayStation was hosting a Resident Evil showcase and not Capcom one. But I'm pretty sure that this announcement or, them talking about Resident Evil again was going to be at a PlayStation specific showcase. And you had the Silent Hill 2 PlayStation 5 console exclusive reveal. Kojima out here, being cryptic once again and teasing certain things. It makes sense because last week I was like, I feel like PlayStation is going to have a showcase. It's going to happen this week. It's just the timing is right, and we saw this tweet go out, like I think went out like Monday or something like that. It was
Monday.
It's like, yeah. It's like, damn. And I can understand why PlayStation is holding back due to the whole acquisition and the back and forth for the CMA and all that stuff. And yeah, that can help bolster Microsoft's argument, because that's what Microsoft is pushing as far as like PlayStation being the market leader, and they're dominating the market. They're dominating consoles. They're dominating gamers. They got the minds of gamers and stuff like that, because they have all these exclusive games coming to their platform, and they have a showcase showing first party and third party games exclusively coming to PlayStation. But as a gamer, I'm like, I don't give a fuck about what you are doing in the background when it comes to CMA. That's what you got to handle as your business, and that's what you got to handle, because you want to keep Call of Duty on, PlayStation and whatnot. But as a gamer that is looking forward to what's to come to your console that we have bought, why are we suffering for the lack of information that we want to know about the console that we bought? We shouldn't be suffering because of what you're dealing with Microsoft or anybody else. That's just crazy to me, man, especially if it was scheduled and ready to go. And I kind of feel like it is, because these other showcase. And this was a great news. This was a great week of news for PlayStation as well, because everything that got announced is pretty much damn well a PlayStation exclusive, regardless. All you have the marketing rights for. So what's the difference? Silent Hill, Resident Evil, especially Resident Evil 8, PlayStation 5 and VR2 exclusive. For now, I guess time exclusive, whatever, however you want to chop it up. It's still bolstering Microsoft's argument, regardless of how less of it was shown. You know what I mean? And why is first party being held back from showing their stuff if they were supposed to be a showcase being happening? It's common sense that first party is going to have PlayStation exclusives. You know what I mean? Like, I don't understand the first party standpoint. The third party, like the PlayStation State of Play shows that you've been doing, that's bolstering Microsoft's argument too, right? The last State of Play bolstered Microsoft's argument. It's a whole bunch of third party, second party exclusive games being shown. And he showed God of War. So you know what I mean? So I'm confused with PlayStation decisions. If this is true, by the way, allegedly. It's just weird, man. And I don't feel like, as people that went out to buy your consoles and how scarce they are, or they obviously supplies is getting better, but you shouldn't hold out on any information. People want to know what's going on with PlayStation 5. We're loving the games that we're playing right now, but yeah, people want to make fun of me. Yeah, I want a roadmap for the PlayStation 5. Yes, I do. We got that with PlayStation 4. I want that with PlayStation 5 as well. But yeah, I'm a little disappointed. I'm very surprised that even 25% of the people said no. I was thinking probably like 10, 15, but 25% people said no, you don't want to showcase. And the people that said no, you don't want to showcase, I'm pretty sure your stance is going to change
when it's showcase.
A showcase.
Yo, that's a fact. Yo, that's a fact. That's 100% a fact, man. 100%. That's 100%.
I'm happy though. I'm happy. That's the thing. Like, it's very conflicting feeling and emotions, because I'm happy as a PlayStation 5 owner. We about to play one of the greatest games to come out, God of War, in what, 2.5 weeks? But we still want to know what's coming in the future. That's all I really got to say. It's just weird. Uh-oh. Here we go. Mr. Gaming.
Mr. J. Bari.
Or that's a bad faith question.
Mr. J. Bari.
Oh, you got a little bass in your voice today. What's going on?
I grew up a little bit, Mr. J. Bari. I grew up.
Okay, gotcha.
I grew up.
Gotcha.
I realized that my high squeaky voice is not right for being the voice of the people. I need to have more bass in my voice.
Yeah, you hit puberty. I got you.
Yes, I hit puberty. You understand?
You got a little something in the back.
Persona has been feeding me well. Yes, I grew up. So my thing is this. I'm listening to this conversation. And I really didn't like Persona mimicking me earlier either. That was really rude. But my thing is this, Mr. J. Bari.
Absolutely.
Why is it that PlayStation isn't doing a showcase?
That's a bad
You see,
question.
this is the thing. This is the thing, Mr. J. Bari.
That's a bad
PlayStation, instead of this is how you know PlayStation doesn't...
It's a bad faith question, sir.
Mr. J. Bari, this is how you know PlayStation doesn't care about the PlayStation community. Because they would rather fight Microsoft than give you a showcase. Because they know what's more important. They know that their exclusives cannot match the quality of a Call of Duty game.
I thought you represent the people, so why are you bashing PlayStation, sir?
That's a bad fair question. That's a bad fair question.
I'm pretty sure it is.
PlayStation has just told you that they would rather fight for a third-party game than show you brand new first-party exclusives.
So you believe this rumor, or you don't think it's a rumor?
That's a bad fair question.
Yo, do you know what a conversation is, Mr. Game Politician?
That's a bad fair question. It's a bad fair question. Listen, Mr. J. Bari, you're not going to catch me in your web of lies. I know you love Spider-Man.
So I'm Spider-Man now.
Yes, I know you love Spider-Man, but you're not going to catch me in your web of tricks and lies, okay?
What is your shoe size?
Oh, that's a bad fair question. What you're not going to do, Mr. J. Bari, listen, PlayStation has to show you that they care about you. Right now, they are showing you that they would much rather fight for a third-party game than show you exclusives.
God of War Ragnarok?
That's a bad fair question. That's a bad fair question. I'm not going to be caught in your web of lies. Listen, see, here's the thing, Mr. J. Bari. If PlayStation were to just put things into a service... Hold on, Persona. Listen, the services are the... Hold on, Persona. Game Pass...
His voice went up right there.
My fault, bro.
Game Politician got a little kitty cat. He got his voice a little deep.
My fault, bro. My fault, bro.
Hey, yo, man. Yo, listen, brother. You gotta get things.
I gotta get
That's
together.
your house. You're the host.
I'm the host. Yeah, I gotta get.
You know what
I gotta
I mean?
get things together. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Nah, but yo, maybe we should get some shirts that say it's a bad fit question.
Bad fit question.
Oh god.
You can't ask that man nothing, bro.
Yo, facts. You can't ask that man nothing. But nah, listen, I absolutely think PlayStation needs to do a showcase. Like there is no ifs, ands, or buts about that. I don't care what nobody tells me. There needs to be a showcase that happens. And if this is true, right? Because obviously this is rumors, nothing is confirmed. But I said this in my video on my personal channel. If you look at all the clues and all the things this week, this feels like a mini E3 week. We got the release date of the Edge controller. We got the gameplay reveal for Resident Evil Village. We got the release date. We got the collector's edition. We got a confirmation of Silent Hill 2 Remake exclusive to PlayStation. We had the news of Kojima, where he said the next reveal for his next game was going to be at a third event that he never specified what it was going to be.
Final Fantasy 16.
And then the producer over at Kojima Productions hashtagged Death Stranding 2 when he put that tweet out, which let slip that it was Death Stranding 2. Then we get this Final Fantasy XVI Ambitions trailer. You cannot tell me. And then Insomniac confirmed that Spider-Man was slated for 2023. You cannot tell me that there was not supposed to be a showcase this week. And I guarantee you Spider-Man was a new trailer or probably some gameplay for Spider-Man was going to be shown there. You can't tell me. You cannot tell me. Now, Bari, here's my question for you. Do you think we will get a showcase this year? There's 2.5 months left in the year, Bari. There's 2.5 months. No, excuse me. Not even 2.5. There's 2 months and a week. So there's 4, 8. There's 9 weeks left in 2022. Do you think we still will get a showcase this year?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think they can close out the year not letting the PlayStation Nation know what's coming to PlayStation 5 from first party games. There's no way. You know what I mean? I think third party, second party, they did a great job. They covered a lot of stuff. But first party and talking about all these live service games coming. But Jim Ryan even alluded to that there's going to be 2 live service games launching in winter.
Yeah, but winter can be anywhere from December to March of 2023.
Yeah, but exactly. I'm saying, like, when and where are you going to announce that? Were you going to wait till March? You're going to wait till February to announce a live service game? No, you need ample time to explain your game. So yeah, I feel that there's no way they can end the year out without a showcase, in my personal opinion.
Yeah. Well, I guess more waiting. More waiting. We'll see, man. I'm gonna be honest. I'm 50-50, man. I'm 50-50. I don't know if we'll get a showcase. I don't know. Because they're not gonna do a showcase the week of Thanksgiving. They're not gonna do a showcase the week of Christmas. And the week of New Year's. So that's already 3 weeks out of the 9 that you can't do it. I don't think they would do a showcase the week of the Game Awards.
The latest they got is the week right after
God of War.
Ragnarok.
Yep. If it don't happen the week after Ragnarok, I don't see it happening. Or maybe the week. I don't think they would do it the week of Ragnarok. They want Ragnarok to have all that spotlight. So I don't see them doing it the week of Ragnarok. If it's not the week after Ragnarok, it's not happening. That's where I'm landing. If it has, because the week of Ragnarok is the week of the 9th, and then that following week is the only non-holiday. Well, it's technically 2 weeks because Thanksgiving week is the last week of November. So technically, you got 2 weeks. So if it doesn't happen within that 2-week time frame, right before Thanksgiving week, it's not happening at all. Because I don't see them doing a showcase on Thanksgiving Day. You think PlayStation will really put out a showcase on Thanksgiving Day? Absolutely not.
No.
So
that's not smart.
Yeah, that's not smart at all. So we'll see. We'll see what's up. But let me get these super chats. Yo, Viper Reaps, man, appreciate you for the super chat. He says, we hearing all these PC announcements. We better be getting a showcase. I wouldn't care about this showcase originally if PlayStation had a clear roadmap already for PlayStation itself. We have the PC roadmap clearly. Yeah, that's a fact.
Exactly what I'm saying. That's 100%, man.
That's a fact. And then Navigator 3221, appreciate you, man. 6 months as a member on the channel. He says, I don't think anyone is saying they don't want a show. Saying PlayStation needs a showcase when they are poising to dominate the holiday seems hyperbolic. Poised. To dominate the holiday seems hyperbolic. No, not really.
I don't think PlayStation is going to dominate the holiday because if you really look at it from all 3 platforms, Nintendo has the biggest game to come out this holiday, and they have a lot of games to come out. Whether preference-wise, those games are you like or not, but objectively, they look like they're going to dominate the holiday, to be honest with you.
We'll see. And then Unicron, appreciate you for the super chat. He says, if the gaming politician gets his own podcast, I'm subscribing and leaving WUPS. The guy just makes sense, especially if you lived in the UK too.
Bad faith question.
Bad faith. But all right, guys.
It wouldn't be a topic.
No, it would just we'll call the show the bad faith show.
Hey yo, you gonna be like, if answer topics from the community. Somebody asks a question, bad faith. That's all you gonna get.
But yo, man, listen, we are at the end of the show, and if you've made it this far to the end of the show, you get your shiny trophies.
Sir, platinum up.
Your trophies, and then you also get your even shinier platinum. Oh man, 103 platinums, man. Y'all are climbing out here in the platinums, man. Y'all are true gamers. And we appreciate y'all so much. So let's get into these outros, man. Bari, starting with you. What content you got coming to your channel? Let the people know where they can find you. What's going on with you in the coming week, bro?
Yeah, I'm looking to do a Gotham Knights like video impressions. I mean, had a lot of thoughts on Twitter. You know, what I mean, we're gonna consolidate all of those things into a video format. So that should be dropping next week. I'm about to go see what's his name? Black Adam, you know, in a couple of hours. So I'm looking forward to that. I might talk about that, you know, in another stream or video or whatnot. But no, that's pretty much it, man. Oh, matter of fact, no, I have a giveaway stream that I'm going to be doing next week for all of the members of the channel. So yeah, I'm looking to do like probably like a Q&A type, you know, random, you know, stream, you know, a little entertaining little joint. You know, see how that goes, you know, for those members. But no, that's pretty much it. I appreciate everyone that came through and hit the like button for WUPS PlayStation Podcast episode 103. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the show. For those new subscribers as well, saw you guys there. I appreciate you guys subscribing, man, and showing support, man. So we'll see you guys next week. Same time, same place, same crew.
That's what's up, man. Yeah,
Shuhei Yoshida. I know you saw my tweet.
Oh yeah, we definitely want to get Shu. We definitely want to get Shu on the show for sure, man. 100%. Yeah, man. So for me, man, I was your host this week, Gaming with Persona. I really appreciate y'all coming through, rocking out with us. Also, follow Bari on Twitter at @jbari_. And you can also follow me on Twitter as well, @Persona Speaks. The links to those are in the description. Also, you know, for me, the content I got coming to the channel, I am also going to be putting out my thoughts on Gotham Knights next week as well. You know, talking about the 30 frames per second, the performance, my thoughts on the gameplay, the story, everything. That's going to be coming out next week as well. When Persona Speaks will happen next week, probably not Monday, but it will happen next week for sure, depending on what the news cycle is looking like. But we'll definitely, you know, have a nice show as well. Also, I'm gearing up next month because next month is going to be giveaway month for me, where I'm going to be doing a giveaway on my personal channel. I'm giving away a copy of Gotham Knight. No, not Gotham Knight. Whoa. God of War Ragnarok. And then obviously giveaway, you know, a couple of PSN cards and stuff like that for the members on the channel as well. And obviously we'll have a couple of cards for the chat as well, for the people that subscribed at least. That's going to happen the week of God of War. So that's going to be on the 7th, which is that Monday. We'll do a When Persona Speaks God of War edition. You know, talking about, you know, our last minute hopes and what we want to see from the game. And it'll be a nice, really fun show. So November's right around the corner, right? Also, I'm going to stream some more Gotham Knights on my personal channel. I might do that tomorrow morning, or probably during either tomorrow morning or during the week as well. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man. Follow me, subscribe to the YouTube channel, Gaming with Persona. Yeah, that's it, man. Listen, we really appreciate y'all for rocking out with us, you know, episode 103 of What's Up PlayStation Podcast. It's gonna be really fun, man. We got a lot of greatness of WUPS coming to the channel soon.
Yo,
more
big
game nights for sure.
To Cyber Dragon Persona, man, he hit level 4 on the PlayStation Stars. I don't know if you saw that in the chat.
Oh, he did? Word?
Yeah.
Yo, congrats. Oh, okay. Let me shout that out real quick, man. Shout out to
my man, Cyber Dragon, man, level 4. I think he's the first one I've personally seen to hit level 4. So
Cyber Dragon, a gamer. You know, big shout out to Cyber Dragon, man, making it to level 4. That man got that priority customer support access.
Yes, sir.
That's what I'm talking about. He got them. I just need the trophies. I already got all the games bought. I just need the trophies. So I think Gotham Knights will definitely get me to level 4 once I platinum Gotham Knights. So that's really what I'm working on anyway. I'm gonna be mostly playing Gotham Knights and Star Ocean. I'll touch a little bit of Bayonetta 3, but I'm really gonna be focused on Star Ocean and Gotham Knights. I'm gonna get the platinum in Gotham Knights. I'm gonna play as much as Star Ocean as I can before God of War, and then it's straight God of War until that's platinum. I'm not touching no other game till God of War is platinum. And then probably we'll play that a week after as well, because I know that combat's gonna be fun. But congrats, Cyber Dragon, man, making it to level 4 in that loyalty program, bro. We appreciate you. One of our longest supporters, our oldest supporters.
And you see that it said through January 2024. So Yeah, that man got like a whole
2 years.
year and some change.
Yeah, almost 2 years.
Priority chat.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Oh.
sir. But yo, with that being said, guys, we are going to end the show here. Hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Please be safe. And always remember that What's Up PlayStation Podcast is a podcast for the community, by the community. And we'll see you guys next Saturday. Same time, same place, same crew, the WUPS crew. Have a great weekend, guys. Peace.